Good evening, Sahana, Venkat, Jia, Yajjas, Nirbhay.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good
Good
evening.
evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Now, in the previous class, we had started the discussion regarding what all. We had seen the paper pattern, syllabus, etc. And I mentioned what an important thing that Friday classes we will focus on the F7 revision. Saturday, Sunday classes will be focused on the 6 important standards and the consolidation. So, any doubts in conceptual framework?
सर वो क्रिप्टो करेंसी वाला जो हम लोग क्वेश्चन किए थे
हाँ बताएं।
सर उसमें हम लोग ये क्यों लिखे हैं उसका डिफरेंस इन फेयर वैल्यू विल बी रिकॉर्डेड इन P&L.
Yes, I will be coming to that point. वो लिखा नहीं है उधर. You have a paragraph regarding P&L or it creates a confusion. I want to start that discussion. So today we will discuss that first. Today we'll discuss the format of P&L, balance sheet, etc. Then we will start with the other part. Okay. So we have seen what are the two types of questions in conceptual framework. The first type was what? Do the accounting treatment as per conceptual framework. And the other type of question was what? Case scenario. And this case scenario first question discussed as per conceptual framework. The second question was regarding whether the IAS and IFRS is consistent with conceptual framework or not. And I mentioned this, you will be only able to do the question if you have a good understanding regarding the standard. And we had seen one question number 3, regarding the brand one. Now, coming to the question, sir, why are we recording in P&L? Yes or no? Yes? Not audible. Okay, chalo then. Now, coming to an important standard, we had started with the basics of conceptual framework. We had learned what? Relevant, faithful representation, comparability, timeliness, understandability, and etc. Recognition, measurement, de-recognition. Now, today, as I mentioned that IFRS 18, starting with this standard, this is a theory standard and very important for SBR because IAS 1 or IAS 1 has been replaced by IFRS 18. So IFRS 18 will be very important. So please read this, everyone. What is written in the exam?
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Before starting IFRS 18, एक बार substance over form बता सकते हैं क्या?
Yes, Nilban. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Done reading, everyone. The exam advice. So what is the examiner saying? Examiner is saying that IAS 1 will not be tested, IFRS 18 will be tested. Now, what is the major change here? The major change is the format of the PMS. PMS format has been changed, and this IFRS 18 will also change the format of your cash flow. Sir, when we will do cash flow we will do in November, not now. So yeah. Now this all, as of now, I will not do this theory. First, we will start with the basic. What are financial statements? What are the 5 financial statements we had discussed in the previous session? Balance sheet, P&L, changes in equity, cash flow, and notes to account. And in the I mentioned the first thing was what? Statement of financial position. This is known as what? Balance sheet. Statement of financial performance. This is known as what? P&L. Statement of changes in equity. This we will show what? This balance sheet will show assets and liability. This will show what? Income and expenses. This will show what? Changes in the equity. Now, what do we record in equity in your balance sheet? हम equity में क्या record करते हैं? What do we record in equity?
Share capital, share premium.
Share capital, share premium, revaluation, reserve, retained earnings. These all are things. Now, how will a shareholder get to know whether the share capital is increasing or decreasing? With the help of what? changes in equity. We prepare changes in equity, we get to know, okay, whether the share capital has been increased, whether there is a new issue of shares or not. Then statement of cash flow. Cash flow will show what? Inflow and outflow of the business. What is the cash that is coming in? What is the cash that is going out? Why? The main reason is that profit is not equal to the cash. Understand? Profit is not equal to cash. That is the main reason that we prepare your cash flow also. And notes to accounts. This notes to accounts will include what? Additional information. So regarding what, sir? Additional information regarding the items which we record in the P&L and balance sheet. In P&L, what we record? Asset, liability, income, expense, equity. This notes to accounts will provide additional information regarding these 5 elements. Sabko clear hai? What are the 5 financial statements? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, chalo. All things too important here to start our IFRS. We will do this in detail later, not now. What is the format of a balance sheet? Balance sheet का format क्या? Statement of financial group. What is the format of balance sheet?
सर एसेट्स एक तरफ, लाइबिलिटीज एंड इक्विटी दूसरी तरफ.
Okay, normally in your class 11th and 12th, you have learned this. Do not write this with under.
सर आपका आवाज ठीक से नहीं आ रहा है.
Hello? No audible?
It's little low, sir.
Now? Now it's
हाँ अभी
okay.
हाँ.
Yeah, okay.
That's better.
It's audible, sir.
It's audible. So normally what we do in your class 11th and 12th, we have learned the balance sheet in this format. Yes or no? This side asset will come. This side what will come? Liability and capital. Yes or no? But do we follow this? No. We will not follow this. But normally we have seen that what do we record in balance sheet? Assets, liability and equity. Now what is the format? You have to understand the format. Now please see the format of your balance sheet. Statement of financial position and the balance sheet is prepared as at, not for the year. P&L for the year, balance sheet as at. Now under first thing we write down asset. Under asset we have what? Non-current asset. Non-current asset basically means what? Benefit is taken for more than 12 months, sir. So what are the items that we normally record? Property, plant and equipment. We will be covering the IAS 16 standard for this. Intangible asset, IAS 38. Investment, IAS 40 and IFRS 9. Sir, will anything else come? Your goodwill also will come. These are the some items which will be classified under non-current asset. As we do the standards, I'll keep on repeating that, okay, in balance sheet, this will be recorded under non-current asset. Under current asset, what do we have? Your inventory, trade receivable, cash and cash equivalent, and other current assets. So this will give the total of your asset. Then we have what? The part of equity and liability, because you have learned that asset is equal to what? Liability plus capital. This capital is known as here what? Equity. Then you would have learned this formula. Net asset is what? Net asset is what? Asset minus your liability. So the format of equity and liability is what, sir? Under equity, what we record normally? So share capital, share premium, retain earnings, and other component of equity. This is the very important part for your SBR. Very important. Now, as we learn standards, I will be saying the term known as what? OCE, other components of equity. Other components of equity. A lot of items will be recorded here. After this, non-current liability. Non-current liability means what? Can I say basically more than 12 months we have to pay. After 12 months, So the example is what? Lease liability, any loan we have taken, any pension. This is the new part of your SBR, IAS 19. Then provision. This is your IFRS 16, IFRS 9. This is IAS 37. Deferred tax liability is your IAS 12. So these are the standards which will be covering under non-current liability. Then after this, we have your total current liability. Then we have current liability. Under current liability, again we have lease. So IFRS 16, IFRS 9, IAS 37, income tax is your IAS 12, and your trade payable. This means less than 12 months. Less than 12 months means basically that the settlement will be done within 12 months. So with this we get what? With this we get the total current liability. Then we add the total liability, we record total equity and liability. This total equity and liability will tally with what? Your total asset. These both figure will tally. Then we'll say our balance sheet is tally. Any doubts in the format of your balance sheet? A simple format balance sheet. First we say asset, then equity, liability. Under asset, non-current, current. Under equity we have 4 to 5 items. Then under your non-current liabilities we have a lot of standards, and under current liabilities also we'll be learning a lot of standards. I hope this is clear to everyone, the format of balance sheet. So see here now, can I say in the balance sheet, what do we classify? Can I say we classify as current and non-current? Now, why do we classify some items under current and some items under non-current asset? What is the link between IFRS 18 and your conceptual framework?
Sir, faithful representation.
Can I say faithful representation? It provides better information to the stakeholders. That is the reason we do what? We separate or classify under current, non-current. Now we should not go in detail, sir. Current ka meaning kya, non-current in detail, which is written in IFRS 18. But just understand the basic. Basic is what? If it is less than 12 months, we say what? Current. If I say I will recover the money from the asset within 12 months, it will become current asset. If I say I will recover the money after 12 months from the asset, it becomes your non-current part. And the other part is what? For liabilities, what we say? If the settlement is done within 12 months, we say current. If the settlement is done after 12 months, we say non-current liability. Sabko clear hai? Classification current, non-current, there should be no doubts in this. So this was your format of your balance sheet. Now coming to the most important part, the format of your P&L. Format of the P&L. What do we say for P&L here? Statement of profit and loss and other comprehensive income. Here this is what? This is OCI. Balance sheet में क्या देखा था हमने? What did we see in balance sheet? Can I see in balance sheet we have seen OCE. So there is a difference. ये P&L है. So now what is the format, sir? Format कुछ भी नहीं है. This is the format of your P&L. Normally, what do we record in P&L, sir? Revenue less what? Cost of sales. You get what, sir? Gross profit. Then we record what? The expenses relating to your business, your operating category. Whatever is the expense that is relating to business, we record it. So now there is a difference, understand. The old format was different and the new format is different. Now, what is the difference between the old and new? You have to understand for SBR, because this can be tested for theory. Now, the difference is what? Operating profit was not defined by IAS 1. IFRS 18 defines operating profit. Now, it's very important you understand this. So, before IFRS 18, IAS 1 was there and operating profit was not defined. What was not defined? Operating profit. Each company had their own principles or policy saying कि हमारा operating profit ये है. This is our operating profit. Some company will say this is operating profit, some company will say this is our operating profit. So it was difficult for the investors to compare the financial statements. That is the reason IFRS 18 came up with this solution, and they have specified what does operating profit means. Now, if you have a basic idea of your cash flow, under cash flow we have three activities: operating, investing, financing. The same thing has been implemented in your P&L also. The same thing has been implemented in your P&L also. So that is the reason here you can see operating, first section. The next one is what? Investing. And the next section is what? Financing. Now, what does the term operating means? Can anyone explain me?
The one which is related to the company's main business activities.
Yes, main business activities. Then what does investing means? Not relating to the main business activity.
Yes, जिससे capital gains drive होता है usually.
Related to financing.
Okay, financing. A question to everyone. If I say I have invested 10 lakh rupees in a bank fixed deposit, is this operating, investing, or financing?
Investing.
Investing.
Investing. If I say my business is only of investing in the bank, then
Operating.
Operating.
so this depends on the judgment and the company to company, the nature of the business, basically. Yes or no? For bank, if I say what is the main business of the bank? To take money, to lend it. So that normally will come into operating category for a bank. But for a normal company, it will come under what? Investing and financing activity. If I have taken a loan today, I have taken a loan. Can I say if I pay any interest, it will come under financing? But if the bank is taking any amount from the public, they are paying interest on that. Yes or no? Can I say that interest will become an expense for them? So that expense will be what? Operating expense. It will not be financing expense. Depends upon the nature of the business. Clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay then. Chalo.
Sir,
So
one doubt, sir.
yes.
Sir, in case if it takes loan from RBI, sir, and if it's taking loan at that time, would it be considered as financing or operating, sir?
Operating. They are taking why? They are taking for their main business. No, you have to see that.
Okay,
But
sir.
most of the cases in your exam, it will be mentioned. Now coming to the most important point for SBR. Now we have seen three categories: operating, investing, financing. Now, whenever we learn any respective standard, I will be saying that it will go to this category. And in your exam, you should mention this. If you will not write, you will only get 0.5 marks. Examiner has mentioned. If I say today to everyone a question, I have this PP. This PP I'm using for my business purpose. Now I calculate depreciation on this. Now where will I record this depreciation as an expense? In operating, investing, or financing?
Operating.
Operating. You have to mention this, that the depreciation will be recorded in the P&L under the operating category.
सर ये ऑपरेटिंग प्रॉफिट जो है और एबिटा जो होता है वो सेम होता है क्या?
हाँ नहीं बेटा, अलग है, दोनों अलग है. We will come to that discussion. See, EBITDA has not been defined by IS and IFRS. EBITDA has been defined by the financial markets, जो normally FMA use होता है. But here, that was the issue. When coming to the investor was saying that some company saying we will follow this, some company saying. So that is the reason your standard IFRS 18 has strictly defined what is operating profit. Yes?
सर तो फिर ये EBIT और ये सेम होता है?
We will come to that discussion not now.
Okay.
We will come to this later when we start the concept of MPM. I will discuss that in detail. But as of now, first starting classes, I want you to know the basic. So operating basically means selling expenses, research and development, administrative expenses, goodwill impairment, other operating expenses. We get what? Operating profit. After this, we have what? Other investment income. Like if I've invested in any company, I'm getting some dividend. If I've deposited a loan in the bank, I'm getting some interest. It's not my main business. So then you have what? Profit before financing and income tax. So after this, you write down what? Interest expense on borrowing and lease liability. Now we will be learning the concept of present value also a little bit after this. Then interest expense on pension liability. ये क्या है? All this will be covering as we do standards. Each and every point will be covered. So what is the basic you should understand? The three categories: profit before tax you have, then you have your income tax, then you have your profit figure. Any doubts to anyone in the profit, in the format of your statement of profit and loss? I hope it is clear. See now, the wording is saying here what? Statement of profit and loss and other comprehensive income. We have not yet discussed this other comprehensive income. I will come to this. So please see the five categories which are introduced by your IFRS 18. IFRS 18 says what? There should be five categories in the P&L. The first category is what? Operating category. The second category is what? Investing category. Do not write down detailed notes, just make running notes. Financing category. Then we have what? Income tax category. Then we have what? Discontinued operation category. Now this we will come into detail when we cover the FR revision. So what are the five categories? Operating, investing, financing, income tax, and discontinued operation. Sahana, clear?
सर
हाँ?
इन्वेस्टिंग कैटेगरी एंड फाइनेंसिंग कैटेगरी मतलब उसमें डिफरेंस कैसे हो सकता है?
डिफरेंस कैसे बेटे? एक साइड खर्चा है, एक साइड इनकम है बेटे. यस और नो?
Yeah.
अभी समझ में आया नहीं भाई?
Yes, but sir, investing is like towards asset side, and financing is
Like taking a loan.
okay.
अभी क्लियर है बेटे?
Yep.
Okay then. See now, operating profit was not defined by IFRS accounting standard. That is the main reason they have introduced. So please see, what is the main reason? This you have to write down if a theory question comes. What was the main reason to introduce IFRS 18? Because of investors' concern. Difficulties in comparing the financial performance of the companies. Yes or no? Because the operating profit was, the definition was not clear of the operating profit. Some companies used to add something before the operating profit, or some company used to add income after that. So this created a problem. So with this, I hope the basic is clear to everyone. See now, this all you will not understand first time. Investing category, what all will come. As we do the standards, it will be clear. Now coming to other comprehensive income. Now understand the most important part for your SBR, other comprehensive income. Sir, do we record any item in P&L or do we record anything in OCA? In your FR, only two items are tested in FR. So in case of FR, there is no such issues. But when coming to SBR, it's a very important topic. Now, sir, what do we record in OCA? See how OCA will be presented. You write down what? Profit for the year we get. And then we write down what? Below this only we write down other comprehensive income. Now here you have two things. Reclassified to P&L. No reclassification. Now what does reclassification means? Understand everyone. First we will record in what? OCI. I hope everyone have a basic idea about this OCI. Yes or no? Anyone any doubts in this? I hope सबको थोड़ा बहुत मालूम है OCI का मीनिंग क्या है. Now from OCI, where do you take any item? OCE in your balance sheet under equity. So from OCE again it will go to P&L. So from P&L it will go to retained earning. This is known as what? Reclassification. Then if I say from OCI it will go to OCE and directly it will go to Retained earnings. This will be known as no reclassification. As of now, just understand this. Reclassification means what? No reclassification means what? See, ultimately impact will be same only, but the presentation is different. Understood everyone? What does reclassification and no reclassification means? So now coming to this other comprehensive income. Now, one question you had asked me, sir, in cryptocurrency, sir, why did we record that amount in P&L? Now you only say, if I am keeping cryptocurrency to for my trading purpose, it is better to show that difference in P&L or OCI.
P&L, sir.
P&L because I am doing trading, yes or no? If I say I am keeping this for my investment purpose, can I say I will show this in OCI? Doubt is there, yes or no? Now what does OCI mean? Same way. See, your conceptual framework says what? One thing, fair and faithful representation. If I am doing trading, can I say my fluctuation of the cryptocurrency is very high? If I show that fluctuation in P&L, it will give a better information because my aim is what? To
True
sell
and
it.
fair view.
True and fair view. If I say I am keeping this cryptocurrency I am keeping for investment purpose, I will not sell it. After 10 years, 15 years, I will decide. In that case, if I show that exchange rate movement or the fluctuation in the P&L, will this give a true or fair information?
No.
It will provide, but you will say, but is it necessary to provide in P&L? Nahi,
No.
na. So, the same case we learn in IAS 16 also. If you have a basic idea, in IAS 16, we have two models, cost model and revaluation model. This revaluation model says what? Today, if a building is there, you should show at the fair value of the market. And that difference will go to what? OCI. Because if I have a building today for my business purpose, is my aim to sell this? No, my aim is to use this in the business. But when we come to IAS 14, we also have cost model and revaluation model. So normally a revaluation model, the fair value will be taken to P&L. Why? The ultimate aim is what? To get income in case of investing category. It's not to keep for a longer term. So this, what all will be recorded in OCI is given as per respective standard. As we learn the standard, we should record. See this OCI, what is recorded in OCI is given as per respective standard. We will follow that only. IASB still says that there is a confusion saying what should be recorded in OCI. IASB को भी पता नहीं कि क्या record करना है. Just they say if a standard is saying record it. Simple. Understood? So see here now. Regardless of whether one or two statements. Why I'm saying one or two statements, some companies will say your profit and loss and other comprehensive income are one only. Or they will say profit and loss is one statement, other comprehensive income is other statement. Normally in practical world, we follow one only. So what is the first you will write down? Can I say we write down profit for the year? Then we write down other comprehensive income. Then we write down what? Total comprehensive income. When you write down total comprehensive income, इसका meaning क्या हुआ? This means that profit plus OCI will be your total comprehensive income. Clear to everyone? Total comprehensive income is what? Total of the profit and loss and other comprehensive income. So see now, what are the components of OCI? What will be included in OCI? So there are two categories. The first category is what, bete? Reclassified to P&L. The second category is what? That will not be reclassified to P&L. Now I have given 3 points here. As we learn the standards, the linkage will be there. So the first thing is what they have written here. Foreign exchange gain or loss on the translation of foreign operation. That means if I have a company in India, my subsidiary is in US. When I bring that, when I convert dollar into rupees, I will have some difference. That difference is recorded in OCI. This we will cover in detail. Then effective part of cash flow hedge. This also we will cover in IFRS 9. Then see, remeasurement of debt instrument as per IFRS 9 fair value through OCI. If you have a basic idea of your F7, you would know this. The items that are not reclassified to P&L, like changes in revaluation surplus, like IAS 16, IAS 38, we follow revaluation model. Then your remeasurement component of defined benefit plan, your IAS 19. Then remeasurement of investment in equity that are classified as OCI. This is for equity instrument. Just understand the basic. As we do standards, I mentioned, सारा कुछ clear होगा. Understood everyone the format of P&L? Any doubts in the format of the P&L? See, this is in detail the format of P&L. We will do as mentioned to you. But what are the 3 categories, 5 categories? You should know that. So see here now, ये है रहा other comprehensive income that will be tested for you, SBR के लिए. All this item, once we start each IS and IFRS, I'll provide the linkage. But you should understand. Yes?
सर इसको क्या रटना पड़ेगा?
इसको रट्टा नहीं मानना रट्टा. As you learn the standard, you will say sir याद हो गया. As we learn the standards,
Okay.
easy हो जाएगा.
सर क्योंकि अभी ना कुछ लॉजिक नहीं लग रहा है इसमें, तो फिर
हाँ
रट्टा
yes.
ही.
हाँ इसलिए तो बोल रहा. It is little bit difficult to digest this. That is the reason I'm just giving a touch to the balance sheet P&L format.
पर
As
मैंने
we learn the standard, सारा कुछ clear हो जाएगा बेटे. I guarantee that.
बुक से भी इसको 2 बार पढ़ा था तो कुछ पल्ले नहीं पड़ा.
नहीं पड़ेगा वो पल्ले. I normally do conceptual framework first for SBR, but for FR I do at the end before 2 weeks of the exam. Because when you come to SBR, little bit knowledge you will have regarding conceptual framework, so it's easy. But जो FR करता है ना, they come with exemption, so it is difficult for them, and as it's being a long for you also study, so ये थोड़ा बहुत difficult रहेगा. But others, if you have covered basic of F7, you would know this. Yes or no? Sana madam ನಿದ್ದೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ನಿದ್ದೆ? Sleep? No. Then no issues. Abhi ye reclassification I have explained what is important. I am explaining as of now. If you want to watch this in detail, sir, IFRS 18 we have to learn in detail now only. September attempt demo lectures are uploaded. You can watch. First 2 lectures यही किया. 6 hours I have taken and explained in detail.
सर ये हेल्प करेगा SBR में?
हाँ ये तो करना ही है. This you
नहीं,
have.
6 आवर्स का लेक्चर देखना हेल्प करेगा SBR में?
अभी वो समझ में नहीं आएगा. That is the reason I say as we complete the standards, automatically सारा कुछ समझ में आ जाएगा.
सर तभी उस पर टाइम लगाऊंगी.
Okay. If you have time, do watch it.
सर नहीं, टाइम नहीं है, इसीलिए पूछ रही हूँ. कहीं से अरेंज करना पड़ेगा टाइम.
नहीं बेटे. As of now, just understand P&L का फॉर्मेट क्या है, बैलेंस शीट का फॉर्मेट क्या है, बस उतना बस है.
सर नॉलेज काम करते करते आ जाएगा.
हाँ
अभी
नहीं.
एग्जाम पास करना जरूरी है.
हाँ नहीं वो तो हो जाएगा. आई गारंटी नो हो जाएगा. टेंशन नहीं. स्टेटमेंट ऑफ चेंजेस इन इक्विटी. इन चेंजेस in equity, what do we show? Changes in equity, we basically show the equity box of your balance sheet is affected how. So why is the share capital increasing? Because there is issue of shares. Why is the retained earnings increasing? Because there is profit during the year. Why is the retained earnings going down? Because dividend is paid. So these all are the factors which we should keep in mind. So what is the formats here now? Share capital, share premium, revaluation, surplus, retained earnings. As of now, ignore this NCI. So we write down the opening balance. Then we do the change in accounting policy. I hope everyone have a good idea regarding retrospective का meaning क्या है. What does retrospective means, prospective means? If no idea, we will do this in detail in your IS 8. Then see, so share capital will change because if there is an issue of shares in the dividend is paid, then profit is added to what is the retained earnings. Other comprehensive income is also added to the other component of equity balance, and then you get your closing balance. Any doubts in this? Equity ka no need to by heart etc format in your SBR. If a consolidation question will be coming, In that also the draft version will be given, and as we do the standards, the format also will be clear. Yes, itna hi tha, the basic which we had to cover. Now coming to the question in the conceptual framework. In the conceptual framework, I mentioned PNL and OCA. For cryptocurrency, we had taken the difference to the fair value difference was taken to PNL. Now, sir, what all will go to OCA? As we cover the standards, you will understand this. I hope till now the basic of conceptual framework is clear. Asset, liability, equity, income, expense is clear. The format is clear. The format of your profit and loss is clear, PNL, and the your statement of changes in equity. If this is done, so now I will start with your IFRS 16. Can I start with IAS 16? Sorry, not IFRS 16. The first standard which we will be covering. See, now there is a difference in your F7 and SBR. When you learn the F7 standards in your SBR, calculations will be very less. Understand that. The important part will be what? The logic, the application of that standard. So, IAS 16 is your PP. Now, what is PP? You will say, sir? Property, plant, equipment. Now, can anyone give the examples for PP?
For land and building, plant and
Building.
machine.
Land and building, machinery, machine, then
Asset which is held for long term.
asset which is held for long term. Okay. Practical example. Or kuch? Truck. Can I say truck is also PP only? Or
Yes,
logistic
building.
company? All these
Yes,
are
sir.
the examples of PP. Now, what did I mention? What did I mention when we start any standard? What are the 6 important points we have to learn? First one is the
Definition,
definition. Then what? Recognition.
recognition,
At what value?
measurement,
Measurement, presentation, disclosure,
disclosure.
de-recognition. Now for SBR, the important 4 are what? Definition, recognition, measurement, presentation. Disclosure, not so important. De-recognition also not so important. For some standard, it is important. So now, what should we learn here basically when we start IAS 16? These 6 important things. Definition, recognition, measurement, presentation, disclosure, de-recognition. Now let us start first the discussion of your IAS 16. Now IAS 16 will, as I mentioned, will deal with the term known as asset, different types of asset. Now what is an asset? What did we learn? Asset का meaning क्या है? For your, as per your conceptual framework.
It is an economic resource controlled by an entity as a result of past.
Past.
Yes.
So now under asset, just listen, do not write much. As I mentioned, your F7 syllabus, writing avoided less for your F7. For your SBR part, which will be doing, try to write down. But as of now, for this, try to understand and be clear with your concepts. So asset, can I say there are 2 types of asset we have seen, sir? Non-current assets or current asset? Yes or no? So non-current asset means what? Future economic benefit for more than 12 months. Current asset means future economic benefit is less than 12 months. Under non-current asset also we have 2 categories. Tangible and intangible. Tangible means what? Like your PP, your land, machinery. Intangible means like your goodwill, patent, copyrights, which we cannot touch. Now this intangible will cover in IS 38, a very important standard for SBA. Under tangible, we have 2 things now. IAS 16, property, plant and equipment. IAS 40, investment property. Now, before going to this, I want you all to just think and say me, IAS 16 will cover what? IAS 40 will cover what? With your basic assumptions.
सर जो प्लांट एंड मशीनरी हम लोग यूज कर रहे हैं अपना सेल्स जनरेट करने के लिए,
Okay.
जो प्रॉपर्टी हम लोग सर बिजनेस में यूज कर रहे हैं
Okay.
उसको।
Okay. Okay. And if for regarding investment property?
सर जो रेंट रेंट जिससे कमाते हैं वो वाला प्रॉपर्टी।
Okay. Okay. A question to everyone. I say my business is of manufacturing some items. Let's take manufacturing of TV. I have purchased a property. I have given this property to rent and I'm getting this income. And it's not my main business. This property which is there, will this be IS 16 or IS 40?
IS 40.
IS 40. Agar if I say my main business is what? I say I take property and give this on rent. It's my business. Will this come under IS 16 or IS 40?
16.
IS 16. So this application is required for your SBR. And when we come to lease, again this will be a linkage there. So I hope this is clear to everyone. किसी को doubt नहीं. Now coming to the meaning. Please understand the meaning of PP. So what does PP means? PP is a tangible asset. Tangible asset means what? Which we can touch and see. And there is and here. And means all the three conditions should be satisfied. The first one is what? Tangible. Expected to be used for more than one period. Now, what does the term more than one period means? Is this defined here? 8 months, 10 months, 12 months? No. Generally, we assume this as what? 12 months. So, if I have today a machine, will this machine be a PP, sir? Let us apply this definition. So this machine is a tangible. Yes, sir. It's a tangible. So this machine will be used for more than 12 months. Yes. Now this machine will be used for what purpose? I say that this machine will be used for production or manufacturing of my TV, which I sell normally. So this PP should be used for what? Use in production process or supply of goods or to provide services. Now, if I take an example, I have a truck. Will this truck be my PPE? Sir, it's tangible. It is used for more than 12 months. Is this used in production process? This is not used in production process. Can I say this is used to supply the goods to the customers? So we say it's a PP. If I say I have a bus, will this bus be a PP? Tangible? Used for more than 12 months? Is this used in production? Nice, sir. Is this used in supply of goods? No. It is used in providing services like transport service from one location to other location. So it becomes a PP. Now see here, either the PP should be used for one of thing. It's or here. There is a difference in and or. Please understand that. Or I say for administrative purpose. That means if I purchased a building, in this building, my sales team is there, marketing team is there, my head office is there. So that also will become a PP because it's for your administrative purpose, for your business purpose. Or what? Rental to others. Rental to others means what? If I have a PP, if I have an item, this item I have given on rent to someone. This also will become what? A PP. But what should we exclude here? Other than land and building. Land and building will not come here. Sir, but just now only you have given an example. If I take a building, I use this for as a factory. You only say if I purchase a building and use this as a factory, this will come under IAS 16 for my business. Now, clear with the definition? Any doubts in the definition? So, what are the important things? Learn it now only. Tangible, expected to be used for more than 12 months. Sir, it will be used for the business purpose. Three things. Now, see here land and building. Sir, land and building will come under IS 16 when, sir, if it is used in production or supply or goods or service. I had given the example if it's a real estate company and they say that we purchase property and give this and rent, on rent and it's our main business, then it will be IS 16. If it's not a main business, IS 40. Any doubts to anyone in the definition of PP? Sahana will say, sir, already we know this, sir. Yes, Purvi? As I mentioned, classes will be on the basis that you have zero knowledge. But little I'll be fast in FR part. Clear है सबको? Any doubts in this? Okay then. This will make a flow chart so that it will be helpful for you to what are the important points. So now please see here some examples I've given for your understanding purpose. Land and building held for use, sir, IA 16. Land and building held for sale in ordinary course of business. I say that I purchase land and building, I sell. I purchase land and building, I sell. It will become your inventory. I say land and building held for sale. It will be IFRS 5. We will cover this. If I say land and building for rent and it is my main business, IAS 16. I say it's not my business, IAS 40 straightforward. Then any asset other than land and building is given on rent will come under what? IAS 16 PP. I say today I have a machine. This machine I have given to rent. It will come under IAS 16 only. Then your office building, factory building, company quarters, building for staff accommodation. If you have taken a building for staff use, that also will come under IAS 16 only.
सर प्लांट एंड मशीनरी
हम्म,
जो हम रेंट पे दिए हैं आप उसको बोल रहे हैं IAS 16।
हाँ
सर वो IAS 16 तभी होगा ना जब हमारा काम वही है।
नहीं स्टैंडर्ड
लाइक
स्टैंडर्ड ने इधर क्या बोला आई मेंशन और रेंटल टू अदर्स अदर देन लैंड एंड बिल्डिंग
सर इफ दैट इज नॉट आवर मेन बिजनेस तो वो हमारा इन्वेस्टिंग एक्टिविटी नहीं हो गया?
विच वन टू टेक दिस एंड गिव ऑन रेंट
नहीं सर जो प्लांट एंड मशीनरी आपने अभी बोला
plant and machinery you take and you give this on what
रेंट।
rent. But now you only say 99.99% businesses will purchase PP for what reason? Business करने के लिए ना
यस
स्टैंडर्ड ने स्पेसिफाई किया या यू मेंशन प्रॉपर्ली कि सर हमारा बिजनेस ही नहीं पर हम दे रहे a
हाँ
question mark comes but standard says you have to treat this as per IAS 16 only.
सर प्लांट एंड मशीनरी को हम लोग
Yes.
बिजनेस हो नहीं हो वो IAS
हाँ
16 के वे में ही
हाँ
ट्रीट होगा।
इसलिए क्या बोला उन्होंने रेंटल टू अदर्स अदर देन लैंड एंड बिल्डिंग अदर देन लैंड एंड बिल्डिंग जो भी रेंट पर दे रहे वो 16 ही होगा सिंपल। चलो then with this part is done. So now coming to the next part, sir, recognition. Now you only say in your conceptual framework we have learned no recognition. When we will recognize any item, when it provides relevant and faithful representation, and there should be no uncertainty regarding the measurement and the inflow and outflow. This was the thing which we used to write in the answer of conceptual frame. Now I mention recognition criteria, measurement criteria will be given specifically by the standard. Yes or no? And it will vary from your conceptual framework. Sometimes it will vary. But what we will follow? Do we follow conceptual framework or the standard? We follow the standard. So what is the recognition criteria? Now this recognition criteria will repeat for IAS 38, IAS 40. So recognition criteria का meaning क्या है? When will you recognize a PP? When there are probable future economic benefits. What? Probable future economic benefit and cost can be measured reliably. So understood now that is the reason we have learned that faithful representation will not be provided if there is measurement uncertainty. We had learned under relevant we had learned that uncertainty should not be regarding the existence. Under faithful representation we had learned what? Measurement uncertainty should not be there. If measurement uncertainty is there, you will not be able to measure, we will not be able to record it. So we say what? When will you record a PP? Future economic benefit should be there and cost can be measured reliably. It is and that means both the things should be met, both the conditions. If recognition principle is not satisfied, what do? We directly record this is in a P&L under which category? Operating category. If I say today I purchase the asset, I purchase the asset and I say that I will not be getting any economic benefit. Will I record this as a PP? I will not record this as a PP. When will I record this as a PP? When I say that I will get economic benefit from this. And it should be what? Probable. That means more than 50% chance that inflow will be there. Clear है कि नहीं? क्यों? Do not confuse or do not link this with conceptual framework. Conceptual framework अलग रखो, ये अलग रखो. I mentioned both the things will not tally. Conceptual framework says what? If the inflow chances are very less, also you record it. But here they are saying what? Probable. That means more than 50% chance. But the conceptual framework says what? If less than 50% chance is also there, it is a asset. Just keep in mind, sir, we should know the cost and future economic benefit should be there. And 99.99% when you purchase an asset, future economic benefit will be there. Very rare case ki nahi hoga. If recognition criteria is not satisfied, where do we record this? Can I say straightforward in operating category? Clear? So with this, the definition part is done, the recognition is done. Now coming to the measurement. Now under measurement, what are the two types of measurement? Today when I purchase, at what value should I record? And at the balance sheet date, what value I should record? So basically, this is known as what? Initial measurement. This is known as what? Subsequent measurement. Initial measurement every time will follow what? Cost only. We had seen in conceptual framework. Conceptual framework says what? Two things. Measurement, either historic cost or current value. But I mentioned in the class that standard will specify what should you follow. Initially, you will follow cost historic, but subsequently the company has a choice either to follow cost or either to follow revaluation model. Now this revaluation model is current value. This is historic cost that we have covered in your conceptual framework part. So see now, initially at what value we should record? Initially when you purchase any item, we record at cost. Now what does this cost means? A definition is given to this also. Then subsequent, either we follow cost model or either we follow revaluation model. Now what does cost means? See here now everyone. Initial measurement, an item of PP that qualifies for recognition shall be measured at what? Cost. Now what does cost means? This detail, yep. We should not learn in this detail. This is very important for F7. But let us learn the definition which is mentioned in your standard. Please read this everyone and say me. What is your understanding regarding this point? So what does cost means? Can anyone say me?
Sir, it's basically, let's say you purchased a plant and machinery. It's not just the cost that you pay for the plant and machinery. It's let's say there are installation costs as well. That will also be included in this cost. If there are any other relating expenses relating to the plant and machinery till it's intended for its use.
Okay. Others? I mentioned it is important that we learn the point that is written in the standard and try to understand it. What is the standard saying? Now one question to everyone. Chalo. I say that today I purchase a PP. The cost is how much? 10,000. The management is saying that the PP should be in what? Ready condition. Now to make this PP to be ready or to be operated, I say that I have to incur what? Installation cost of 1,000. I say that the PP I have to transport it. It will cost a transportation cost of 2,000. I say that before it is into ready condition, I have to test this whether this is working properly or not. I say have a testing cost of 100. Now can I say all this cost will become what? Part of the PP at initial recognition. Because the management is saying what? Management is saying that the PP should be in ready condition. To bring this PP in a ready condition, whatever cost we incur, we will take into consideration. Clear to everyone? Now a basic question to everyone. Today I purchase a PP 10,000. On this I am paying GST of 1,000 and this GST will be refund. I'll get the refund from the government. Will this be my cost?
No.
No, sir.
If I say the government is saying that we will not give you back this amount, then
It will
Yes,
be
sir.
cost.
it is a cost. All these are basic points which are very important for F7. But I hope everyone understood cost ka meaning kya. Cost means what basically? To bring the asset into the working condition and the location which the management has mentioned. Till that date, we will keep on adding the amount or the expenditure to the cost of the asset. So please see here a list of examples which I've written just for understanding purpose, and we'll do a basic question regarding this. Sir, purchase prices, whatever we pay, non-refundable cost or import duties, that also we add. Sir, any finance cost. Basically, when you take a loan, I say you have taken a loan of 1 lakh rupees and you're paying an interest of 10%. How much is the interest here? 10,000. This 10,000 expense we will record where?
P&L, sir.
PNL basically. But the standard is saying what? If IS 23 conditions are satisfied, what do? We take this 10,000 in the, we take this 10,000 to the cost of the asset. Now, what is this IS 23? We will learn. This is also your FR part only. And this September attempt, a 7-mark question was asked, a very straightforward question. So that is the reason FR part is also important. So see now, any legal fees I pay. If I'm purchasing a PP, I pay to the lawyer some stamp duty. I create some stamp papers, etc. All will be delivery cost, installation, stamp duty. These are what when I purchase an asset. Can I say sometimes I can construct the asset for my business or not? If I purchase a building today, I purchase a land. I say that I am constructing the factory. Can I say this factory is for what use? Business use. Then when I construct this factory, can I say raw material will be required? Labor charges will be there. All this we will add to the cost of the asset. Then professional fees, employment cost, direct material, labor, etc. Testing cost will all be added. Any insurance you have done on transit, if we have taken an insurance when the PP is being delivered to us, that also will be added. Now coming to the 12th point, which is very important.
Sir, I
Yes.
have a doubt. So
Yes.
what, can you give an example for professional fee?
Professional fees, like I say, I want to purchase a PP today. I am into a pharmaceutical business. Now, when I'm into pharmaceutical business, the machineries will be used. I need guidance whether which machine I should purchase. In that case, what will I do? I will hire some professional who has a very good knowledge. I'll pay him some $10,000 to guide me which machine I should purchase. So that will be added.
Sir, could you repeat the second point? I did not hear.
This finance cost, better.
Yeah, if IS 23 not is satisfied.
If IS 23 conditions are not satisfied, you will take to PNL. If IS 23 conditions are satisfied, we will take to what?
So what is IS 23?
We will come to that. IS 23 basically says what? This 10,000 which is there, no? You can take this to the cost of the asset when it's a qualifying asset. Now, what is qualifying asset? One more question mark. Qualifying asset means which takes, basically I'm saying it's not the standard, which takes more than 12 months for its completion. So qualifying asset means what? Which takes a substantial period of time to be constructed. Clear? We will come into this detail, not now. But as of now, understand IAS 23 conditions are satisfied, it will be included. Now, I hope everyone have a basic idea about what are this means? Time value of money.
Present value of future cash flows.
Yes. Discounting, that is present value. Now, this concept is very important for your SBR as well as your FR, FM, etc. Now, I'll be teaching a table which is very important for IFRS 16, IFRS 9. You should understand this table so that the calculation will be easy there. And as I mentioned, 70% of your paper will be theory only. Practical will be very less. But your application regarding the standard is very important. Now, discounting. Today I say I have 100 rupees. Will the value of the 100 rupees be same in future? If I today am purchasing, let's say with the help of 100 rupees, I am purchasing 2 kgs of apple. In future, I say I will only be able to purchase 1 kg. Why? Because of inflation, etc. A lot of reasons you will be saying. Now we have to learn the concept of what discounting. In future, I say I will pay you $1,000 after 2 years. What is the value today? Question mark. So we do what? Discounting. So what is the formula for discounting? 1 divided by 1 plus r to the power of n. So now what is the value of this 1000 today? I say first I will calculate the discounting value. 1 divided by 1 plus what is r, sir? Let us assume discount rate is what? 10%. So how much this will be? 0.10 to the power of 2. This, if you do, how much you'll get? 0.8.
सर ये एक्सेल में कैसे करेंगे?
एग्जाम में एक्सेल पर
कैसे करेंगे?
वो विल कम टू दैट. अपन आएंगे, सब सीखेंगे, नो इश्यूज इन दैट. बट एज ऑफ नाउ दिस इज 0.826. So now what will I say? 1000 into 0.826. This will be how much? 826. So can I say 826 is today's value? If I invest this 826 at an interest rate of 10%, can I say after 2 years I will get 1000? इसका meaning यही है ना? If I invest today 826 rupees at an interest rate of 10%, after 2 years, how much will I get? 1000. This works on what basis? You know, no simple interest, compound interest. Discounting works on the factor of what? Compound interest. सबको clear है?
Yes, sir.
This basic time value is clear. Now I say one more point to everyone. I say that I will pay you 100 rupees at the end of first year, second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year. Now understand why I am teaching this. Your IS and IFRS is easy, but we mention in conceptual framework that true and fair presentation. True and fair presentation means in today's terms, what is the value we have to record. So whenever there is a gap of more than 12 months, we follow the concept of discounting. If the gap is more than 12 months, we follow what? The concept of discounting. Now, whenever we study any standard, if you see the time gap is more than 12 months, we do discounting. Now, I say that the discounting factor is 10 percentage. So how much the rate discounting rate is this? So my discount factor will be what here? 0.909, 0.826, 0.751, 0.683, 0.620. So this will be 90 point. If I multiply this, this is basically what? Discounting. Can I say this is what my cash flow? This is the discounting factor. And if I multiply, can I say I will get what? Your DCF. You have learned this in your FM, AFM basic or in your BCom also. ये तो आता है ना कि नहीं आता ये भी?
Yes, sir. It will come.
Others?
हाँ सर.
ये तो आता ना, यही चाहिए बस. If you know this much, it's enough. In detail, we should not go.
सर वो जो फ्री कैश फ्लो निकालते हैं और ये सब वो एफएम में चाहिएगा ना.
वो रियल कैश फ्लो, फ्री कैश फ्लो, वो सारा उधर है, इधर नहीं है कुछ भी. What should you know? Either you should only know discounting. Discounting means what? In future, this is the value. Today, what is the value? Discount rate will be given. Abhi I will not go into detail. बाद में FM class हो जाएगा. What is this difference coming? What is included in this? Real cash flow, inflation, वो सारा कुछ in your FM, not here. So now, can I say when I do this, total कितना? Can anyone do the total for me?
Sir, 378.9.
379.2 I'm getting. It's
Okay.
so can I say this 379.2 is what today's value? Today means at what? 1st Jan 2000 X1, and we are paying at each year end this amount. Yes or no? So when I discount this value, I am getting this. Yes or no? Abhi now you only say today how much should I pay?
सर 379.2.
हाँ बेटे. I will do this on Excel also, but as of now, I'm doing here for your understanding purpose. I will do on Excel also to understanding concept. Now you only say how much should I pay after, or how, what is the amount I am paying for 5 years? Can I say 500, 100 each year? But today how much I am paying when I discount the value? Can I say how much is my liability? Can I say ये मेरा opening balance रहेगा? Now this I will unwind it. I have discounted something. I will open up this. So this we will open up. This will become what your interest. Where we will record this interest? We will record this interest in your financing category. So now, sir, what is the percentage we will use here? Your 10 percentage. Then can I say what is the interest on this if we apply? 37.9. Now, can I say I am paying 100 rupees at the year end? First year end I am paying 100. So, I am saying payment is done of 100. Can I say my closing balance will be how much? This is A, B, C and D. D कैसे आएगा? A plus B minus C is your D. Please understand this table, very important for other standards also. 317.12. Can I say I will keep on continuing this? Can I say this will continue for 5 years? And can I say at the end I will have a value of 0?
Zero.
0. I will not write each and everything. But this table is known as what बेटे? इसको क्या बोलते हैं? Amortization table. This table is known as what? Amortization table. Very important for your lease calculation and your IFRS 9 financial instrument. If you know this table, lease is done. If you know this table, financial instrument is done. Nothing is there in there. If you have learned F7 or you have already learned the basic, you can say me.
सर
But
ये सब नहीं था मेरे टाइम पे, मुझे याद है।
नहीं था? अरे यार, ओके
नहीं सर, मेरे टाइम पे बहुत इजी था
ओके ओके।
सर। F7 वाज लाइक मक्खन।
हाँ, अभी मक्खन नहीं है, अभी F7 भी पहाड़ है। SBR तो
सर
डबल है।
F7 और F9 बहुत इजी पेपर्स थे।
चलो then, any doubts to anyone this amortization table? Basically what I am doing, whatever amount I have to pay you in future, I am discounting it and I am showing in today's value, and this interest will be recorded back. ये किधर जाएगा? This will go to financing category as a interest. Now when I pass the journal entry, can I say what can I do? I had to pay how much? Pay 500. But today what is my liability? Can I say my liability? I say that I have today how much is the value? 379. This is increasing when I add the interest, it is reducing by the payment. This we will cover in detail, but I hope सबको समझ में आया ये क्या है? Present value table, the amortization table, the concept of present value. So with this, the basic part of time value of money is clear to everyone. So now understand this part now. Present value of estimated cost of dismantling, a repeated point in SBR also, FR also. Now today I say that I purchase a machine, or if I say I purchase a land, I have taken this land on lease. When I take this land on lease, we apply IFRS 16 leases. Now when I take this land, I am saying that this land I will be using for coal mining. I have taken this land from the government, but as I take the land from the government for mining, the government will say what? You have to sign a contract. The contract will state what? After 10 years, you have to refill this land and you have to plant some trees here. You have to do what? Plant some trees. So can I say today only I know that after 10 years I have some cost or not? After 10 years I'll have some cost. Now do we include that cost in the asset value? Yes. Without signing this contract I will not get this land to do my business. Without signing the contract I will not get the land to do my business. So what will I say? I will say that I have to sign this. Now this amount which I pay is after how many years? Sir, 10 years. But should you record 10,000 in the value of the asset? No, Baba. What we do, we discount and record. Now when we discount and record it, what is the journal entry, etc.? We will come to that. Can anyone say me what could be the journal entry? Debit, credit? We add to the asset. I say debit asset. Now credit what?
सर provision for dismantling.
Yes, provision for dismantling. Can I say this is a liability for me in future? I have to pay. Simple. So now what is provision? What is liability? There is a huge difference in this. We will come to this point also later. Provision is a liability. Now which type of liability? We will come to that later. Sabko clear hai? What is the cost that will be included? I hope this is clear. Now trade discount. We will every time do what? The trade discount we will reduce it. What we do? Trade discount we will reduce. Do we reduce settlement discount? No, Baba. Settlement discount we will not reduce from the cost of the asset, only trade discount we will consider. So please see here now. Costs which are excluded. What are the costs that will be excluded? Your staff training cost, general administrative overheads, some advertisement cost. If there is a opening of the factory, we do some expenditure, that also will not be included. Day to day repair cost also will not be included. Selling and allocated overheads also will not be included. Initial operating loss, if you have any operating loss, that also will not be included. Cost of relocating or reorganizing will not be included. Do not write down this all. Do not write down this. कुछ काम का नहीं है इतना. For SBR, for understanding, you have to understand. Abnormal loss. Now, what is abnormal loss? Can anyone explain me?
Like if it is not related to business.
Okay, one is
सर
saying.
अनफोर्सीन सर्कमस्टांसेस की वजह से लॉस.
Okay. So I say that I want to construct my house. Normally, the contractor is saying that we require 100 kgs of cement. Now, this 100 kgs of cement, can I say this will be part of my cost of the house? Yes or no? Now, once the house is completed, I get to know that 105 kg, 105 kg of cement was used. Can I say ये तो normal है? We estimate 100, we use 105. But instead of 105, we are using 150 kg. Can I say normal business practice says what? 100 to 105 is required for the construction of the house. But the contractor is using 150. Can I say this 45 is what here? Extra usage. This extra usage will be what? Your abnormal loss. Out of the 50, 5 is normal. Industry practice says what? 100 to 105 kg of cement is required. But the contractor is using 105, 150 because he's saying my workers do not know the work. That is the reason it is being wasted. That is your abnormal. 45 is your abnormal loss. 5 is what? Abnormal. As you have seen water tankers, when they bring the water tankers, they say 1000 liters, but they will say what? You will not get 1000 liters, you will only get 950 liters, because when they transport it here and there, some problem will be there, or the water will be wasted. That 50 is known as what? Normal. If I say, they are saying that instead of 950 you will get only 500, that 450 becomes a abnormal loss. Abnormal loss will not be, or abnormal cost will not be included. Clear to everyone?
सर तो उसका हम लोग क्या करेंगे?
यस बेटे.
सर उसका हम लोग क्या करेंगे? उसको कैसे अकाउंट करेंगे? पीएनएल पे डाल देंगे?
पीएनएल में सीधा, पीएनएल में किस ऑपरेटिंग कैटेगरी बेटे?
सर ये सब कॉन्सेप्ट्स मेरे टाइम पे पीएम में होता था.
हाँ,
नॉर्मल, अब नॉर्मल, लॉस,
हाँ
ये
वो
सब,
इट इज
और
स्टिल.
एकदम डिटेल में उन लोग उसमें पूछते थे.
हाँ, इधर भी F7 पूछते हैं.
लंबा लंबा आंसर्स आता था.
हाँ, SBR में नहीं आएगा इतना डिटेल. दिस इज फॉर अंडरस्टैंडिंग पर्पस, सो दैट व्हेन वी मूव टू अदर स्टैंडर्ड्स, नो, सो इजीली यू विल अंडरस्टैंड कॉस्ट का मीनिंग क्या है. दैट इज द रीजन. सो नाउ सी, सबको क्लियर है कॉस्ट का मीनिंग? इफ इट इज नॉट दैट, वी डायरेक्टली टेक टू ऑपरेटिंग कैटेगरी. आई होप टू एवरीवन द इनिशियल पार्ट इज क्लियर. सर वी विल टेक एट कॉस्ट. नाउ प्लीज सी हियर, टाइम वैल्यू ऑफ मनी वी हैव टू. अरे बाप रे, इतना छोटा लिखा क्या मैंने? Now coming to capital expenditure, revenue expenditure. I hope सबको मालूम है capital expenditure क्या है, revenue expenditure क्या है. Capital expenditure basically means what? It increases the assets capacity, or I will get more economic benefit. If today the company is doing some expenditure and that expenditure is what? Of capital nature, we will add this to the cost of the asset. If it's of a revenue nature or revenue expenditure, where will take this to? P&L operating category. Clear है सबको? Capital expenditure, revenue expenditure. Now see here.
सर इसमें भी कुछ डिस्काउंटिंग का फंडा होगा क्या?
इसमें नहीं होगा बेटा डिस्काउंट. इतना डिटेल, अ लॉट इज देयर इन डिटेल, जो मैं F7 में नहीं सीखा तो इधर भी नहीं सीखाऊंगा, वो आएगा भी
सर
नहीं.
जितना काम आएगा उतना ही सीखना इनफ है.
हाँ, इसलिए तो नहीं, आई एम नॉट गोइंग इनटू डिटेल, नो. जो चाहिए एग्जाम के लिए, आई एम डूइंग दैट ओनली. दैट इज द रीजन आई मेंशन फ्राइडे क्लास विल बी फोकस ऑन रिवीजन, फास्ट रिवीजन. आई विल नॉट डू पूरा डिटेल में जो F7 में कराता हूं. निर्भय इज सिटिंग है. निर्भय को मालूम है कि निर्भय कितना डिटेल में
Yes,
करता
sir.
है F7 में.
Yes, sir.
अब यही डिटेल मेरे को तो यही ज्यादा लग रहा है, बट आई वांट द फर्स्ट 2-3 स्टैंडर्ड्स टू बी क्लियर, so that this IAS 16 will form a base for remaining standards. Now see, cost of dismantling. Can I say we have learned this? How do we record this? On initial day, we include in the cost of the asset, debit asset, credit, provision. Then what we do? Every year, can I say we unwind it, we open it up. मेरे को 10,000 पे करना है, but आज value कितनी है? Today the value is 5,000. Every year I increase that by the percentage per. That increase, where will I record? Finance cost. And I will increase the value of the provision in my books. And understand one thing, in your SBR, what should you do? If anything is going into P&L, you should mention in a single line, saying that for 2000x6, the finance cost that will go to P&L is this much. The balance of provision at the end of the first year is this much. We will learn this as we do the standards. Finance cost will be recorded where? Financing category. Now see here, journal entries. Very important. Why it is important? So that base is good for your accounting. When I purchase any PP, what do I record? Debit PP. At what value? Cost we have already learnt about. Credit what, sir? Bank or payable. If I am not paid, I record payable. Credit what, sir? Provision for dismantling. This is the entry we record when we purchase the asset. Now, sir, should we pass journal entries in the SBR exam? Nahi, Baba. In SBR exam, what will you do? Today, if I purchase a PP, what will I write down? As per IAS 16, PP should be recorded initially at cost. You should write down this way. And the dismantling cost will be recorded as a provision, and over the years we will unwind it. So then see, dismantling entry, debit, finance cost, credit, provision for dismantling. Then sir, depreciation. Now what is the entry you have learned for depreciation, everyone? This is the journal entry which you have learned for depreciation. Debit, depreciation, credit, PP. But do we consider this? Nahi. What do we consider here? In your FR and SBR, we say debit depreciation and we say credit accumulated depreciation. Sir, why do we create this? This is a contra account. It's like a basket. What we do? The depreciation we accumulate in one account and then we reduce the accumulated depreciation from the PP and get the value. Sir, अभी ये PP किधर record हो? Depreciation will go to P&L which category? Operating category. So see, this is the table I have written once again here with this. Clear to everyone?
सर ACCA एज अ कंप्लीट सिलेबस जर्नल एंट्रीज पे कभी भी बहुत फोकस नहीं करता है, whereas जब हम लोग इंडिया में पढ़ाई करते हैं हम लोग दिन भर जर्नल एंट्री ही लिखते रहते हैं
अरे
बुक्स
वही
में.
तो प्रॉब्लम है. टुडे आई वाज टॉकिंग विद वन ऑफ अ सीए इंटर स्टूडेंट. ही वांट टू शिफ्ट हिज फ्रॉम सीए इंटर. उसका ही हैज गिवन 5 years फॉर सीए इंटर बट हो रहा नहीं है.
सर मैंने भी 2 अटेम्प्ट इंडियन सी इंटर का दिया था, नहीं हुआ. तब मेरे फ्रेंड ने, मतलब मेरे रिलेटिव ने उस समय मेरे को बोला कि ACCA कर लो, इजी है.
अरे उस टाइम इजी था, अभी कोई इजी नहीं है. अभी सब एक ही है, सब भाई बहन है, बस सिंपल.
सर 3-3 पेज का हम लोग जर्नल एंट्री मारते थे इंटर लेवल पे, उस पे
आई नो.
एमलगमेशन पे.
हाँ मालूम है, मैंने सीखा है. आई हैव लर्न सीए इंटर सीए फाइनल पढ़ा है मैंने, बट आई हैव नॉट गिवन एग्जाम. आई हैव लर्नड इट. सो मुझे मालूम है हाउ द इंडियन सीए फोकस एंड व्हाट ACCA डज. So chalo, let us not get into that discussion. Now this is done. This exchange of asset, we will come to this later, not now. Now any doubts in definition, recognition, measurement? Initially we recorded cost. Now I want everyone to solve a basic question. नहीं तो बाद में सर पूरा थियरी तो करवा रहे हो.
सर इस वाले IFRS में सर जैसे हम लोग कॉन्सेप्चुअल फ्रेमवर्क में कुछ स्टेटमेंट्स रिकॉर्ड किए जो आंसर करने में हेल्प करेगा, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है
इसमें. इतना नहीं बेटे, जैसे आएगा ना आई विल से इट, नो इश्यूज इन इट.
सर, क्योंकि उससे आंसर करना बहुत इजी हो जाएगा.
I will create this. I will do that for each and every standard. So these standards are not so important. So जो standard important है, we'll focus on that. As soon as you learn those standards, no, ये सारा easy हो जाएगा. I guarantee that. So please do this question, everyone. First question. I just want that your base is clear regarding cost. Just say me. No need to calculate. Just say me whether this will be included or not. This is F7 question, huh? Yes, SBR का question नहीं है. Now, company has constructed a new factory and incurred the following expenses. Now, please say me what all will be included in cost. Will the cost of the land be included? Yes. Sir, trade discount on material purchase. Can I say trade discount also we will include? Include का meaning क्या हुआ?
हम लोग लेस करेंगे.
Yes. Non-refundable taxes. Can I say I will add it? Construction materials. Can I say I will add it? Then, sir, abnormal cost, abnormal loss. Do we take this? No, we ignore
No,
this.
sir.
Staff training cost, इसको भी ignore करेंगे. We will not take. Then labor charges to construct. Yes, sir, we will consider this. Architect fees, sir, we will include because we need the design or the layout of the factory. Survey fees, yes, sir, we will include because we have to pay before doing the construction. Then site specific overhead. Relating to this site, there are some specific overhead. It is related, attributable, directly. 300 I will add. Then general administrative overhead, I will not ignore.
No, sir.
Ignore. Fire alarm system testing.
Yes.
Yes, others?
Yes.
Socho, fire alarm. Normally, when we see big buildings, can I say fire alarms will be there or not? It's the part of that building or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
it
sir.
will be included. So 10 included. Annual business tax. You're paying taxes for your business. Will this come into picture? This will not come into picture. Settlement discount will come into picture. Nice. Sir. This will be a cost. ये कितना है? Can you do the total on a calculator? Please keep a calculator. And as I mentioned, मैं एक्सेल पर ज्यादा नहीं करूंगा. वो दिमाग में चलता नहीं है.
5,540.
1200 minus
Sir,
50.
settlement cost, sorry, staff training cost.
हाँ बेटे, that will not be included.
सर वो तो इससे डायरेक्टली रिलेटेड नहीं रहेगा.
नहीं होगा ना बेटे. Is this the headache of the factory कि एम्प्लॉयज को काम नहीं करना आता है? Assume in that way. See, sometimes we can say that, see, there are two types of staff training. Yes or no? One type of staff training is what जो general है, which everyone should know, but वो नहीं मालूम है. Normally, when I say you're working for any company and they are doing training for you, do they say that the training cost which we are paying is an asset for them? नहीं. Normally the training, same way here. That detail we should not go. As I mentioned, IFRS पूरा judgment के ऊपर depend है. So for exam, what is required that we will do.
So,
Everyone,
but training is to operate that machinery initially, to learn to operate that machinery initially, then it gets included in the cost.
did the management mention that? Management mentioned that it should be working condition. Is the management saying that to work this, the labors also should be ready, that also should be there, etc. XYZ? Normally, the management will not say that. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now, again, you can link the staff training cost, sir. Why it will not be an asset? Now, you only say, can we control the staff? We can't control. Will the staff give for sure future economic benefit? No,
No,
they
sir.
can leave the company. So this attempt a question was tested that staff training cost. If you're incurring any staff cost, training cost, will you include this as an asset? No, as per conceptual framework, no, because there is no guarantee that we'll get economic benefit for sure.
Sir, one
So
doubt,
this was
sir.
in FR.
Can I tell, sir?
Yes, yes.
Sir, in case during training, sir, like if they mention like they have to do like based on that employment contract, they have to stay for at least 5 years. At that time, they can't leave, no, sir.
No, you can't. You can't say that. Yes. If you have signed a bond with the company saying that I will not live for 5 years, that also is not an asset. Because can you control the asset at the midnight? He will work for 8 to 9 job, 9 to 9. After that, can you control him? No. And the economic benefit he's providing to the company, can I say he can provide this economic benefit to a lot of other people after your timing? So all a judgment is there? It is not because of that reason.
और सर
Okay.
कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एक लीगल वो नहीं होता है, वो ब्रीच हो सकता है एंड
Yes.
सब्सटेंस ओवर फॉर्म आ जाता है उसमें.
Yes. That is the reason. So I hope this is clear to everyone. Any doubts in the cost part? No, sir. So cost is done. Dismantling also is clear to everyone. So dismantling के लिए अपन एक question कर लेते हैं, so that it is easy for you. Please see this everyone question. अरे यार ये किधर है? Can I say after how many years we have to incur this cost? 6 years.
6 years.
And what is the discount rate? 5%. So can I say, when I say cost of the asset कितना होगा? Can I say cost of the asset will be, sir, 5 million plus 2 million of installation plus, can I say, dismantling cost? So how much is dismantling cost? Can anyone say me? 1 divided by 1 plus 0.05 to the power of 6 into your this value, 2 million. .4 something you'll get. 47. Let me. 1.4924. So what is the cost of the asset? 8.4924. Should I show on Excel?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. अरे यार किधर Excel चाहिए? Can you see the Excel? नहीं दिखेगा, एक मिनट रुको. अभी दिख रहा है Excel? अरे बाबा, अरे do not scratch, निर्भय सर. One divided by 1.06 percentage was fine, no? To the power of कितना आया? 0.007. What is the amount? 2 million. So this will become how the discounting value. This into this value. कितना आ रहा? 1 point. As I mentioned, calculation will be very less. So that is the reason you should just know the basic. Clear everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay then. Recording is on, no? Okay. So now, what is the value we will record? Can I say debit, credit, what we record? Debit asset at what? 8.494. Credit what? I say I am paying cash of 7 million today only, and the remaining is what? Provision of 1.4924. This is on what? On first date. First day. Can I say at the year end what we do? We have to unwind this. Year end we have to unwind this. So when I unwind it, what will be the percentage I will use? Same, that is your 5%. $0.07462. So I say debit debit finance cost, credit provision value will increase by 0.07462. 0.07462. सबको क्लियर है कि नहीं?
सर ये 1.4924 इंटू 5% वापस क्यों किए?
बेटे हमने किसी नाउ इफ आई डिस्काउंट एनीथिंग कैन आई से आई हैव टू ओपन अप दिस सो दैट एट द एंड ऑफ द 6th ईयर ये 2 मिलियन हो जाए वापस. अगर मैंने डिस्काउंट किया इसको वापस 2 मिलियन करने के लिए क्या करूंगा? आई विल ओपन इट अप. इट्स नोन एज व्हाट अनवाइंडिंग. सो अगेन आई ऐड दिस. अभी नेक्स्ट ईयर क्या हो जाएगा वैल्यू? कैन आई से नेक्स्ट ईयर माय वैल्यू विल बी हाउ मच? इन माय बैलेंस शीट व्हाट इज द वैल्यू आई विल रिकॉर्ड? पीएनएल में क्या रिकॉर्ड होगा? सी नाउ. कैन आई से इन पीएनएल आई विल रिकॉर्ड फाइनेंस कॉस्ट ऑफ 0.0746. बैलेंस शीट आई विल रिकॉर्ड व्हाट? डेप्रीसिएशन ऑल्सो वी रिकॉर्ड. सबको मालूम है ना डेप्रीसिएशन इज व्हाट? I hope there is no doubts in that. Then I record non-current asset. I record your what? Provision. So मेरा provision कितना है? Value. Can I say 1.4924 plus 1.56702? Can I say this will increase every year? It will become 2 million in future. नहीं है clear? 1 minute. Give me that. Excel visible है? After how many years in the equation? 6 years, no? So discount rate is how much? 5%. So I say, what is this 2 million today value? This 2 million will be how much? Let me 1 divided by 1. This is this value. Can I say this?
क्लियर था, हम लोग इसका वैल्यू निकाल लेंगे.
हाँ.
फाइनेंस कॉस्ट वाला पार्ट के सर वो थोड़ा क्लियर नहीं था.
Now can I say after 6 years what is the value बेटा इसका? 2 million आ रहा है. फाइनेंस कॉस्ट अभी कैसे निकलेगा? कैन आई से दिस इंटू 5%? Yes or no? Then next year you will apply this into 5%. This will keep on going. अभी से क्लियर है कि नहीं? अभी भी नहीं समझ में आया? फाइनेंस कॉस्ट वाई से व्हेन आई डिस्काउंट एनीथिंग, कैन आई से जब मैं डिस्काउंट करता हूं उसके बीच में क्या रहता है? वो दैट इज योर फाइनेंस एलिमेंट. जो भी है ना वो दैट विल बी रिकॉर्ड एज अ फाइनेंस कॉस्ट. सो देन एट द ईयर एंड कितना हो जाएगा वैल्यू? सो जो डिफरेंस था ना, द डिफरेंस विच इज दैट द डिफरेंस इज ऑफ व्हाट? When I compare 2 million and I compare 1.59 or 1.49, the difference is what? The interest element. और जो interest वो किधर जाएगा? That will go to P&L as a financing cost. So with this, any doubts in this dismantling part? सबको clear है? Yes or no? चलो then let us take a break. We will come back. We will learn depreciation. We will learn the other part. It's 8 o'clock now. Everyone be back by 8:50. 15 minutes break you have. If you have any doubts, you can ask me now. Others, you can take break. If you have any doubts, others, you can ask me during the break. Chalo, 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 everyone, come back, come back, come back. We will discuss this, Kishore, at the end. I will come to this point, trade discount, settlement discount. I will explain you at the end. So can anyone explain what is the difference between trade discount and settlement discount?
ट्रेड डिस्काउंट जो नॉर्मल बिजनेस के कोर्स में मिलता है और
Trade
सेटलमेंट
discount is
डिस्काउंट
given.
One by one.
और सेटलमेंट डिस्काउंट सर यूजुअली हम लोग पहले पेमेंट कर दिए या सर कोई क्लॉज होता है उसको सेटल करते हैं तब मिलता है.
Okay. See, trade discount, when I purchase today, I will be getting that discount. Settlement discount, that depends. If I do the payment early, I will be getting. Is there any relationship between when we purchase the asset? There is no such relationship of settlement discount when we purchase the asset. Settlement discount will vary. If you are doing the payment early, you will get further discount, etc. So that is the reason we do not consider that. At the end, if needed, we can discuss in detail. So now chalo. सबको क्लियर है? Definition, recognition, measurement. Initially we recorded what?
Cost.
Subsequently we have two methods, yes or no? Subsequently we have two methods. The first method is known as what? Now starting with subsequent measurement, we have what? Two methods. The first one is what? Cost model. The next one is what? Revaluation model. Excuse me. Now, which one will the company choose? Which is the one the company will follow? It's what? Can I say it's the choice with the company? It is the choice with the company. Company has a choice whether they follow cost or revaluation. The company will decide on that basis. Now see, what is the difference between cost model revaluation? Please understand. If I say I purchase an asset for 10,000, useful life is 10 years. Useful life is 5 years. So what is the depreciation basically? Can I say depreciation is what? 10,000 divided by 5. So sir, every year the depreciation is what? 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000 and 2,000. Now, once we charge depreciation, what is the value of the asset after depreciation? It will be 8,000. Here it will be 6,000. Here it will be 4,000. Here it will be 2,000. And here it will be what? 0. So this is known as what? इसको बोलते हैं cost model. This is known as cost model. So what is the entry we pass when I purchase the asset? Debit, asset, credit, cash is going out, sir. Then for depreciation, debit, depreciation, credit, accumulated depreciation. I hope this is clear to everyone. Now, this depreciation of 2,000, 2,000, 2,000 will be accumulated every year and the value will become 10,000 and this will be equal. This is your cost model. Now see revaluation model. So what is the difference between cost and revaluation model? If I say we purchase an asset for 10,000, useful life is what? 5 years. Now what is the first year depreciation? The first year depreciation is what? 2,000. So depreciation is 2,000. What is the carrying amount here? Can I say the asset carrying amount is what? 8,000. Now in case of revaluation model, what we do? We calculate the fair value. Now what does fair value means? We will cover this tomorrow. Your IFRS 13 and very important standard for SBR. Now this fair value basically means market value. As per market, what is the value today? I say the value of this asset today is 12,000. So now what is this increase here now? What is the increase here now?
4,000.
4,000. This 4,000 is known as what?
Revaluation gain.
Revaluation gain. This will be shown in OCI. From OCI, it will go to OC. This is the first thing which we are learning as what? The item which will be recorded in OCI. So what is the journal entry we pass basically? Debit, credit. When I purchase the asset, I say what, sir? 10,000, 10,000. For depreciation, what is the entry I pass? Debit, depreciation, credit, accumulated depreciation. Now, how much is the increase in the value of the asset? Can I say the value of the asset is going up by 4,000? Now, can I say, first, what should we do? First, we should remove accumulated depreciation. What should we do? We should reduce or remove accumulated depreciation and reduce the value of the asset. Can I say once I do this entry, my value of the asset will become how much? Once I pass the journal entry, the carrying amount of the asset becomes 8,000. Now I say there is an increase of 4,000 so that the new carrying amount of the asset is 12,000. So now what is the entry when we pass for revaluation? Debit, increase in the value of the asset by 4,000. Credit, we say revaluation surplus. Now this is a, whenever I write down NR का meaning क्या है? Not reclassified to P&L. Understood both the methods? What is cost model and revaluation? If you have understood this and you have understood how depreciation is calculated, IAS 16 हो गया, कुछ ज़्यादा pending नहीं है. Here and there some small points are pending which we have to learn.
सर हम लोग एसेट का वैल्यू 10,000 पे ही कैरी करते रहेंगे फॉर एवर, अगर हम लोग उसको फेयर वैल्यू नहीं कर रहे हैं और एक्यूमुलेटेड डेप्रिसिएशन और डेप्रिसिएशन का अमाउंट अलग से शो करते रहेंगे बुक्स में?
Yes, we say
वो हम
that
लोग
that is known as what? How do you show this? See here now. 10,000 value of the asset will remain, but accumulated depreciation will increase. First year it will be 2,000, next year it will be 4,000, 6,000, 8,000 and 10,000. This. Now, how should we calculate the carrying amount? So, the carrying amount is what? Understand it. The carrying amount we say is what? Carrying amount is cost minus accumulated depreciation. Understood? Normally, what we do in class 11th and 12th, we say 10,000 minus 2, 8,000, 8,000 minus 2,000, 6,000. But here, instead of showing that, we take this depreciation in a basket.
सर नहीं, ये मेरा क्वेश्चन नहीं है.
हाँ.
सर अगर इसको हम लोग बैलेंस शीट में कैसे शो करेंगे? एसेट को 10,000 पे ही दिखाएंगे और
नहीं. You show in balance sheet how, no? Non-current asset you say. Cost is how much? 10,000.
लेस एक्यूमुलेटेड डेप्रिसिएशन ना?
Yes, this becomes 8,000. But normally the company will present where normally the companies will show
8,000 only.
8,000. But this where they will provide, this will be provided in the notes to account
नोट्स.
for detailed information.
सर वही समझना था बिकॉज हम लोग यहाँ पे कोई ऐसा एंट्री नहीं पास कर रहे थे इन जर्नल, इसीलिए आई वाज गेटिंग कंफ्यूज्ड.
Understood now how we will get 8,000. ये कैसे 8,000 बनेगा? You have to remove this accumulated depreciation and reduce the value of the asset. Then it becomes how much? 8,000.
हाँ.
Yes? सबको clear है? What are the two methods? Any doubts on this? I hope this is clear. Now a basic question to everyone. Now say me, here in the first case, what will I show in P&L? Can I say I will show P&L depreciation of 2,000? In the balance sheet, what is the value of the non-current assets, sir? 8,000. Now here what will I show? In the second method, P&L, I will show 1,000 depreciation. No, 2,000. In balance sheet, what will I show? The value of the asset? 12,000. This is the difference. Now a question to everyone, sir. So for next year, the depreciation will be based on what? In your case of revaluation, the depreciation will be based on 12,000 now for the coming years. Depreciation will be based on the 12,000 for the coming years.
सर सेकंड वाले मेथड में पीएनएल में 2,000 आएगा, बैलेंस शीट में 14,000 आएगा, सॉरी 12,000 आएगा,
हाँ
एंड सर ओसीआई में भी तो आएगा ना
हाँ
4000.
yes OCI also will come here in P&L. Can I say OCI I will show revaluation surplus of 4000 in P&L also we show, no? अभी ये P&L from P&L it will go to equity, it will go to what? OCE under revaluation surplus कितना 4 था. Now understand OCI is not an account, it's only a presentation. OCE is an account. But sometimes you see OCI, OC, both the terms are used, but the term that should be used is OCE, not OCI. But in your books, they use OCI, etc. Understand that. Sabko clear है the presentation, etc. I hope it is clear. So both the models are clear to everyone. Now coming to the next thing. Sir, what is depreciation? Why do we charge depreciation? Can anyone say me?
So to show the impact of use of assets, wear and tear.
Yes. Depreciation basically means what, sir? Wear and tear of the asset.
So it's like systematic allocation of cost.
Yes. Systematic allocation of depreciable amount. Now, what is this, etc.? We will come to this. Now, see here. Now, what are the three methods of depreciation? Say me the methods. Can I say first one is SLM? Then WDV? Then what?
Mush.
Machinery or units of production based on that. Machina. Machina. So, these are the three methods of your depreciation. Now, if I say today, I purchase a asset for 10,000. My useful life is 5 years, but I say residual value or you say scrap value is 2000. So what is the maximum depreciation we should charge? What is the max depreciation we can charge?
8000.
8,000. Yes or no? We say 10,000 minus 2000. 8,000 is the maximum depreciation we will charge because 2,000 I am getting back. Abhi ye jo 8,000, this 8,000 is known as what? Depreciable amount. This is known as what? Depreciable amount. So now till here सबको clear. So what will be the depreciation in case of SLM? Sir SLM में depreciation कितना होगा? 10,000 minus 2,000 divided by 5. So how much is this every year?
1,600.
1,600 is the depreciation every year. So sir in P&L what we record, in balance sheet what we record? First year, second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year. Can I say every year 1,600, 1,600, 1,600, 1,600, 1,600? Now in balance sheet we show non-current asset. Now when you show non-current asset, can I say we consider what? 10,000 minus the 600. Do not consider your 8,000 minus 1,600. Do not do this silly mistake. So this will be 8,400. Then how much will this be next year? Again we reduce 1,600. 6,800. 5,200. 3,600 and then 2,000. So can I say at the end of the fifth year, the value is equal to 2,000
Realizable
residual
value.
value. Now, sir, abhi exam mein, how should we write down? In exam, will you get marks to write down this? No. You should write down in simple. Let's take depreciation will be recorded as an expense in P&L for the year. You have to write down this way in a sentence. अगर कभी भी depreciation you are charging, you should write down this. Depreciation will be recorded as an expense in P&L for the year under operating category. And you should write down the amount. You can frame your own sentence, but this is the way you should present. See, will you be able to remember the copy paste same sentence which I've written? No. Write down in your own sentence. For the first year, the depreciation expense that will be recorded to P&L is this much. 1,600 will be recorded as a depreciation expense in P&L under the operating category. In your own simple English. No issues in that. Now, what is the next thing you'll write down? The next thing you'll write down, non-current asset, that is your PP. PP will be recorded at 8,400 at the end of the first year. In the balance sheet. You can write down PP will be recorded at 8,400 in the balance sheet at the end of the first year in your own way.
सर इसमें नॉन करेंट एसेट के अंडर लिखेंगे या
You can write down.
वो सब भी लिखना होगा क्या बैलेंस शीट का डिटेल?
No need that detail. You can just write down. It is better to write. I say it's better to write. It is present under non-current asset under the balance sheet at this amount. सबको clear है? अगर depreciation will when this comes, you have to write down these two sentences. Very rare depreciation का आएगा ऐसे कुछ. So this is clear. SLM is clear to everyone. So this was SLM now. Now coming to the next example, WDV. WDV. I say same. Cost of the asset is how much? 10,000. I say useful life is 3 years. The depreciation rate is 40%. The residual value is how much? 2,000. So what is the maximum depreciation we can do? The maximum amount we can depreciate is what, beta? 8,000. Now how will you do for WDV? Can I say year 1 what we do for WDV? We take opening balance into 40%. So first year how much is the depreciation? 4,000. What is the carrying amount? 6,000. Year 2 what we take? 6,000 into, here you will not do 10,000 minus 2,000 and take 88,000 into 40%. That is wrong. 2,400. Carrying amount will be how much? 6,000 minus 2,400 is your 3,600. Year 3. 3,600 into 40%. How much is this? 1,440. We are getting carrying amount how much? 2,160.
सर लेकिन इसमें हम लोग क्योंकि यूजफुल लाइफ इतना ही है तो हम लोग सारा अमाउंट नहीं चार्ज कर लेंगे इन डेप्रिसिएशन इंस्टेड ऑफ 1440.
Yes, can I say we are charging how much here? 1,440, but can I say the carrying amount should be equal to residual value or scrap value here? How much is that? 2,000. Can I say the remaining 160 we do what? The 160 we record as the depreciation expense in the third year. So at the end of the third year, what should we do? At the end of the third year, the value should be equal to what? 2,000. So what will I say? I will record this excess depreciation. So the total depreciation will be how much in the third year? 1,440 plus 160. 1,600 will be the depreciation. So this is residual value method. WDV. WDV method.
सर अगर एग्जाम में आएगा ये तो हम लोग को ऐसे लिखना होगा क्या कि
अरे
टू
एग्जाम
मैच
में
द
आएगा
कैरिंग?
ये नहीं आएगा,
नहीं
एग्जाम
आएगा,
आएगा भी नहीं.
ठीक है.
Only understanding purpose. Now chalo the next one. The next method is what? Units of production. You should know the basic. अभी कैसे depreciation calculate होता है you should know. In your exam SBR SLM only will be used most of the time. Now units of production. I say today the cost of the asset is 10,000. I say residual value is how much? 2,000. Our depreciable amount is how much, sir? 8,000. I say this machinery which we have purchased, will only be able to produce 5,000 units. After this, the machine is of no use. कुछ काम का नहीं है. Now I say in year 1, we produce 2,000 units. In year 2, we produce 1,500 units. In year 3, we produce 1,500. So what will be the depreciation for year 1? Can I say 8,000 into what? 2,000 divided by 5,000, sir. Year 2, 8,000 into 1,500 divided by 5,000. Year 3, 8,000 into 1,500 divided by 5,000. This is the depreciation which we record. So this is 3,200.
So next वाला 2,400.
2,400 or 2,400.
2,400.
Understood the three methods of depreciation? These are the three methods. But what is important now, sir? We have learned, sir, how to charge depreciation, etc. XYZ. Now the important part is CN. Depreciation of PP. Depreciation is what? Systematic allocation of depreciable amount of an asset over its useful life. Depreciable amount is the cost of an asset or other amount substitute for cost less its residual value we have discussed. That is cost minus residual values. Now these are the two important points which you should keep in mind. Three important points for your exam. SBR के लिए. Depreciation on PP starts from the date the asset is available for use. That means depreciation कब start होगा? Depreciation will start when the asset is available for use. That means what? Ready to use condition. Even though the management is not using, the asset is available, we will start depreciation. Then sir, when we will start depreciation? Depreciation on PP will cease when the PP is sold. Once you sell the PP, you will not charge depreciation. Or PP is classified as held for sale. A very important point. Once again, we will cover this in your IFRS 5. So depreciation will stop when? Depreciation will stop when we sell the asset. When we will not use in the business or classified as held for sale in accordance with IFRS 5. A very important point. And depreciation is charged to P&L under operating category. The methods are what, sir? SLM, reducing balance, units of production method. We have discussed this. Now, will you charge depreciation on land? We will never charge depreciation on land. We will charge depreciation only on what? Building. So in your exam also, if by chance you get a question, land and building will be given, the cost of both the things will be given, separated and record the depreciation. Till here, it is clear to everyone. So this is the journal entry which we follow for depreciation. Debit, depreciation, credit, accumulated depreciation. So this is clear to everyone. Now depreciation सबको clear, I hope. Now coming to the next concept. Component accounting, very important for SBR. Last exam, September, this was tested for 6 to 7 marks. It was simple only, very simple. First, understand the logic of this. See, calculation will not come in your exam. You have to explain this. So, understand the logic here. Component accounting means what? Today, I say I have a machine. This is a machine I have. In this machine, there is a motor. This machine has a useful life of what? 10 years. This motor has a useful life of 5 years. Now, you only say, will you depreciate the full machine for 10 years or should you separate and depreciate it?
Separate and depreciate.
Separated. Why can I say? Because of again conceptual framework, faithful representation. Because of that reason. So component accounting basically means if a PP is there, that PP will be having a lot of components, and these components should be what? Significant. This should be what? Significant. So they will give you what? They will give that the cost of this machine is what? $10,000. Out of this, 2,000 is motor. So the remaining is for machine. So how much is the remaining? 8,000 is for machine. But when you present in the balance sheet, will you present separately or together? You will present together only. You will do depreciation calculation separately. But when coming to presentation, you will show together only. So see here now, depreciation kitna hoga sir? Can I say 8,000 divided by 10 years and 2,000 divided by 5 years? So ये कितना depreciation? 800. This is how much? 400. So what is the total depreciation in the books? 1,200. So what is my carrying amount of the assets? Cost minus accumulated depreciation. So how much is the accumulated depreciation for this? 10,000 minus 1,200. So this becomes 8,800. So component accounting का meaning क्या sir? Sometimes in PP there are significant components which requires what? The depreciation should be calculated separately. Why? Because the useful life is there. Can I say after 5 years I have to change this motor? To make this machinery useful, I have to change this motor. So this becomes the other part of the question. Once I say I calculate depreciation, etc., then we say what? We replace the components of a PPE. We do what? Replace the component of the PPE. An important part. I have not seen, if you're very lucky, as I mentioned, I say three important things. If it's a good day, bad day, very bad day. Lucky matlab to very lucky that you get these concepts in your SBR. So component accounting, is this clear to everyone? Yes, sir. So please here, we have done this. Now, small topics which are important for see now. Repair and maintenance. Can I say repair and maintenance will be always what? Expense to P&L under operating category. This is not a capital expenditure. This is what? Revenue expenditure. Now replacement part. Replacement part means what? Apply component accounting. De-recognize old part and capitalize new part. Sir, समझ में नहीं आया. Major inspection and overhaul. Treat as separate part and apply component accounting. Clear नहीं है sir. Now let me discuss this first. So see here, component accounting basically means what? Each significant part of PP with a cost that is significant in relation to total cost should be depreciated separately. Even if cost is not significant, then also component accounting can be followed. Now they are saying what here? Even though the cost is not significant, that in that case also we can follow what? Component accounting. Even though I mentioned here what? The aim will be what? Aim will be always to do the component accounting for significant part. But you know that even a small item is there in a machinery and it has a different useful life. It's better to calculate the depreciation separately because of faithful representation. Now see, if significant part have a same useful life and same depreciation method, then no issue. Calculate depreciation together. Now coming to this treatment which I have written here. I will take an example. With example it will be clear. Same example. I purchased a machine. Total cost is how much, sir? 10,000. In this, motor cost is how much? 2,000. The useful life for this is what? 5 years. And the remaining machine is 10,000. The useful life is 10 years. So what is the depreciation? You calculate depreciation is equal to 8,000 divided by 10, 2,000 divided by 5. So can I say here this, whatever we are taking, this 5 and 10, do you for sure know that this will be the useful life Excel? No. It is what here now? Can I say ye kya hoga? This is estimate. What is this? It's a estimate. It's not for sure. This is an estimate. Understand that. Now sir, depreciation कितना है? 800, 400. Now I say you that please look to the timeline. First year, second year, third year, fourth year. First year, what will be the value of the asset? 10,000 minus 1,200. So 8,800. Then next year, 8,800 minus 1,200. 7,600. Third year, 7,600 minus 1,200. कितना ये? 6,400. Now I say at the third year, at the end of third year, motor is not working. Motor is not working. If motor is not working, can I say I have to replace this? If motor is not working, I have to replace this. Now, when I replace, can I say I will add a new motor, remove old motor. So now you say what is the carrying amount, sir? Aaj carrying amount kitna? 6,400. This involves what all? Can I say the carrying amount of the motor will be how much here now? 800. Carrying amount of the motor is 800. And this 5,600 is the carrying amount of your remaining machine. This is the motor. Now I say today when you replace this motor, the cost of the new motor is 3,000. Cost of the new motor is how much? 3,000. Now say me, when you replace the motor, what will be the new carrying amount? What will be the new carrying amount? Can I say new carrying amount will be what? Sir, amount is how much? 6,400. Can I say I remove the old part? Old was at 800. I add the new amount. So my revised carrying amount will become how much?
8,600.
600.
8,600. Now for the coming years, how will I depreciate this? 3,000 again I will depreciate for 5 years. And this remaining 5,400, 5,600 I will depreciate for remaining 5 years. This is known as what? Replacement of the component. Now you only say what is the journal entry we pass? Debit, credit. Can I say new motor is coming in bete? Of how much? 3,000. Can I say I am paying cash 3,000? Now for old motor, what will I do? I will remove this. When I remove a machine asset, I credit it by how much? 800. Now can I say what will this be? P&L 800 as a loss. If I am not able to sell this, the entire 800 will be loss. If I can sell this, can I say if I sell this for 200, then what will I say? Machine 800, cash is coming in of 200. Can I say my loss will be how much then? Only 600 का loss. सबको क्लियर है ये?
सर नहीं, क्लियर नहीं है। और सर एक और भी पार्ट है सर, हम लोग जब क्रेडिट कर रहे हैं मशीन को, दैट मीन्स हम लोग
रिमूव कर रहे हैं।
तो सर हम लोग डेबिट ऊपर में न्यू मोटर को क्यों कर रहे हैं? हम लोग को तो मशीन को ही डेबिट करना चाहिए था ना सर,
हम
बिकॉज एसेट का वैल्यू तो वहीं पे मशीन में ही बढ़ेगा।
हाँ तो अरे यार कोई नहीं, एसेट लिख लो, मेरे को क्या है, नेमिंग से कुछ
सर
फर्क
नहीं, मतलब मशीन को ही डेबिट करना चाहिए था ना।
हाँ मशीन को ही करना बेटे, अल्टीमेटली मशीन को ही करना है। जर्नल एंट्री का व्हाट इज द ब्यूटी ऑफ जर्नल एंट्री? आई से डेबिट न्यू मोटर अकाउंट, अभी डेबिट क्रेडिट, आई से व्हाट देन क्रेडिट न्यू मोटर अकाउंट, डेबिट मशीनरी। जर्नल एंट्री ये तो ऐसे है ना खेल। हाँ वो अभी इतना डिटेल में मैं नहीं जाऊंगा।
और सर ये हम लोग इसका ये 800 का लॉस क्यों लिए हैं?
अभी अभी मैंने मशीन रिमूव किया, I am removing this. Am I getting any amount? No. So can I say पूरा amount मेरे को debit करना पड़ेगा loss? That means I've utilized the full machine. मैंने depreciation कम record किया. Ultimately, when you remove the asset, decrease in the value of the asset is an expense for us. Conceptual framework. अभी मेरे को कुछ amount नहीं मिल रहा. If I say I'm getting amount, no issues. See, in the second case I mentioned, no, if you get amount, the loss will be how much? 600 only. If I say I get 1000, that means what? 200 will become profit instead of loss. This is your component accounting. Sabko clear a component accounting? Huh? So with this part is done. See now. Component accounting says what? If part have significant cost is replaced, carrying amount of the old part is de-recognized from the carrying amount. If any balance, no recovery expense to P&L operating category. Cost of new part is added to the carrying amount of the PPCL. Carrying amount of the PP on replacement date minus old amount plus cost of new part. Journal entry kya hai? Journal entry everyone have understood. First we remove the accumulated depreciation. We reduce the value of the asset. Whatever is the difference will be your gain or loss in the books. This gain or loss will be recorded in which category? Operating category. New asset we bring at what? Debit asset, credit cash. Clear? Yes. So with this part is also done. Here and there some 5 to 6 points are still pending. So let us complete that. Now see here, major inspection. What does this major inspection means? Nowadays, whenever you purchase a aeroplane, a ship, etc., government will bring in a rule or a law saying that what after every 5 years, inspection should be done of the aeroplane or the ship. Why the government will say this? Because of the safety of the public. Now, sir, how we will account this? The accounting should be done same as your replacement accounting, your component accounting. What we have learned now is copy paste same here. See now. A major inspection is a schedule or mandatory procedure to assess the safety, functionality, or compliance of asset. These inspections are often periodic. That means after every 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, the government will say essential for keeping the asset operational, aircrafts and ship. In initial cost of the PP, the cost of inspection is already included. Therefore, depreciate that cost separately applying component accounting. Basically, you will do what? Today, when you purchase an asset, you say, I'm paying $10,000. In this $10,000, $1,000 is your inspection. So, this inspection you will depreciate for 5 years. Remaining 9,000 you will depreciate for 10 years. Same as your component accounting. I hope this is clear to everyone. Major overall cost, same like your replacement cost. Significant repair is required. That means we replace any part of the asset. Just I've taken the example of motor, no? Where say after 3 years or 4 years the motor is not working or some part of the PP is not working, we replace. Same accounting we follow. But the name is different here. Not understood everyone? So with this one single example, I hope this is clear to everyone. Depreciation is clear. Component accounting is clear to everyone. Yes, sir. Inspection, this is done. Now see here, now subsequent measurement. Sir, how should we do? Subsequent measurement, we use cost model. Now when we use cost model, what will be your carrying amount? Cost minus accumulated depreciation minus accumulated impairment. So this is what we will come to this when we do IS 36 impairment topic. You get your net carrying amount. As of now, what we have learned, 10,000 minus 2,000 is our 8,000 is our carrying amount. Sir, in revaluation, what we do, sir? I say 10,000 minus 2,000, 8,000. Then what I say? I consider this to 12,000. Yes or no? 4,000 will be a gain to OCI. Yes, sir. Then for the next year, can I say I will depreciate this 12,000? For the future years, we will depreciate 12,000. So that is the reason. See here now. For the next year, what will be my fair value? If I say the useful life is 10 years, 1,200 is the depreciation. My carrying amount will be for the second year. 12,000 minus 1,200. कितना होगा ये? How much this will be? 10,200 na? Oh no, sorry.
10,800.
800. 800. So see here now. Revaluation model. Fair value on revaluation date less subsequent accumulated depreciation less. See the term here used is what? Subsequent. Once you revalue, after that what is the depreciation you have to consider. So then next year again I revalue to 14,000. Depreciation will be based on 14,000. Not on this one. Depreciation will be based on 14,000. You get your carrying amount. This is the revaluation. Now the treatment of revaluation we have to understand. So please see everyone. Cost model, there is no such issue. Coming to revaluation only, issue will be there. Cost of the asset is 10,000. Useful life 10 years. So what is the depreciation? 1,000. So carrying amount is how much? 9,000. I say the fair value is better 12,000. What is the fair value? 12,000. So how much is the increase here? 3,000. This will be recorded to revaluation surplus. Example 1. 10,000. Useful life is 10 years. Depreciation is 1,000. Your carrying amount is 9,000. Now I say the company is saying that we follow revaluation model. When they are following revaluation model, the fair value is 8,000. What is the fair value? 8,000. Now you only say increase or decrease in value here.
Decrease.
Decrease. Now this decrease is of 1,000. This decrease where we will take? We will take to P&L. We will take to P&L. So if the company is following revaluation model and they have a gain for the first time, it will go to OCI revaluation surplus. If the company is following revaluation model and they have a loss for the first time, it will go to P&L. It will go to P&L.
सर ये हम लोग प्रूडेंस कॉन्सेप्ट की वजह से करते हैं.
Yes, this is because of your prudence concept or conservative concept, whatever you say, prudence concept.
सर क्योंकि लॉजिक तो नहीं लग रहा है. आपका मन हुआ आप एक चीज रिवैल्यूएशन में ले ली, आपका मन हुआ आप एक चीज पीएनएल में ले ली.
Prudence concept to show faithful representation. Prudence concept ये बोलता है ना, not to
overstate.
Yeah, assets. Clear to everyone? These are the first. Now see, coming to this here now. When the company is doing first time revaluation, sir, first time gain is there, where it will go? OCI. Sir, if loss is there, sir, it will go to P&L loss. Which category? Operating category. Understood? Now ये तो सबको easy लगता है. This is easy. Now coming to the further part, which is a little bit tricky and students will do mistake here. So same example I'm continuing here. I say 10,000 is the value. Useful life is 10 years. So depreciation is how much? 1,000. So year 1, what is the depreciation? 1,000. What is the carrying amount? The carrying amount is 9,000. The company is saying that we follow revaluation model. So the fair value today is how much? 12,000. So how much is the increase, sir? 3,000. This 3,000 will go to OCI as a revaluation surplus. So now for year 2, can I say my revised carrying amount will be what? 12,000. For next year, can I say depreciation will be based on what? Depreciation will be charged on 12,000. So 12,000 divided by useful life is how? What is the remaining useful life? 9 years. So can anyone please say me what is the depreciation here? 1333. So this is your depreciation year. What is the carrying amount? Carrying amount is 12,000 minus subsequent depreciation. Is 10,667. Okay, sir. Till here, any doubts to anyone? No. Now I say again the company is following. The company is following revaluation model. Now two cases can happen. Case 1, I say the fair value is 14,000. The case 2, I say the fair value is 6,000. Now if the fair value is 14,000, how much is the revaluation surplus? Can I say revaluation surplus is how much? 14,000 minus 10,667. So how much will this be? 3333. So we will record this in OCI, sir. कोई issue नहीं है. Now, whenever there is a second time revaluation or subsequent revaluation, you should see what? In the previous year, for the first time, what the company has done. First time the company has recorded a revaluation gain. So this year also revaluation gain, it will go to OCI. Now, if the value is 6,000, can I say there is decrease in value here? So what is the decrease in value here now? Can I say the decrease in value is? Can I say it's a revaluation loss? Now this revaluation loss, will you directly show in OCI? No. You have to see first what the company has done. Can I say previously the company has recorded a gain? Previously the company has recorded a gain of 3,000. So what we will do, we will try to utilize that gain first. So basically I say what? The value of the asset is decreasing by how much, sir? 4667. But previous year we had a revaluation surplus. First I will utilize that, and then remaining I will record in P&L as a loss. Clear to everyone? This is the difference here now. So you have to see, when we are doing revaluation for the subsequent years, for the second time, you have to see whether any revaluation surplus is there or not in the previous year, so that we can utilize it. Understood everyone? The first case. Now coming to the next case. I say instead here, on the first day only we have, on the first day only, the fair value is 6,000. Can I say how much is this now? Can I say 3,000 is the loss? So this loss we record in what? P&L. So in the first time only revaluation loss is there, we record in P&L. So can I say for the subsequent period? Subsequent period, what will be my revised carrying amount? Your revised carrying amount is what? 6,000, sir. So I'll take 6,000 divided by 9. So what will be the depreciation here? 666 is the depreciation. So the carrying amount will be what? 6,000 minus 666. So this will be 5333. So this is the amount here. Now here what we had? We had a loss here first. पहले loss था. Now I say two cases again. Case 1. I say that the fair value today is 8,000. I say the second time the fair value is 2,000. उल्टा लिख देता. I will write 2,000 here, 8,000 here. Now you only say what is happening. Can I say revaluation loss is that? What is the revaluation loss here now? 3333. Now it's a loss. Previously, what the company has done? Company has recorded a loss in the previous year also. Now also it is a loss. So where it will go? It will go to P&L straight.
PNL.
So for the future year, for the further years or in the upcoming years, the depreciation will be based on what now? 2000. 2000 divided by 8 years. Now if I say the fair value is how much? 8,000. So how much is the increase here now? The increase is revaluation gain. Increase is that 2667. Now you only say gain is that, but can I say previous year the company has recorded a loss? So what we will do? I say debit the value of the asset is increasing. How much? 2667. But first we will try to record or try to eliminate the loss which we have recorded in the previous year. So can I say entire amount I will take to P&L as a gain? Because in the previous year, how much is the loss I have recorded? 3000. But how much should I record now? I will directly take this to P&L as a gain.
सर लेकिन हम लोग जब लॉस पीएनएल में रिकॉर्ड कर देते हैं
हाँ.
सर तब तो वो खत्म हो जाता है ना, वो लॉस तो डिस्पोज ऑफ हो जाता है सर जब हम लोग ओसीआई या रिवैल्यूएशन.
Is that true loss or notional loss?
नोशनल लॉस.
इसलिए adjustment होते रहता. That is the reason again we come and do the adjustment back. Everyone understood this revaluation, how it is done? So please see here now. Please see this flow chart. You will understand. First time revaluation OCI. First time loss PNL sir. Subsequent revaluation gain is there. If subsequent revaluation gain is there, please see what you have done previously. Whether OCI is there or not. We say sir, previous it was recorded OCI gain. Now also gain. So it will go to OCI. No issue. So previous year it was a loss. This year it is a gain. What we do? This gain we take to P&L first. This gain, whatever is there, first we take to P&L. Remaining gain will go to OCI. Recognize gain in P&L to the extent loss recognized in P&L. Any excess gain if transferred to OCI. That is NR means not reclassified. Then next one, revaluation loss. Previously there was a gain. If previously there was a gain, this loss we will try to offset with the OCI. Adjust revaluation loss to OCI to the extent it reverses previously recognized gain. Any excess gain loss will be recorded to P&L. Previously loss, this time also loss will go to P&L only. Sabko clear hai ye? Now understand, because of revaluation your depreciation will also change. Yes or no? Because of revaluation your depreciation also will change. Now you can ask me a question, sir. This whatever we record in OCI, it will go to OCE, sir. Sir, the balance is 2000 and we are selling the asset. If you're selling the asset and the balance is that, what we do, once you sell this asset, this will be transferred to retained earnings. What we do, we transfer this to retained earnings. So with this, the basic part is clear to everyone, the revaluation. Now coming here, please see some few points which we have to understand. Frequency of revalue. Sir, should we revalue every year? If the value of the asset is significantly changing, value each year. If the value is not changing, 3 to 5 years you can revalue. Now, revaluation to be applied to entire class of asset, very important for SBR. You have to remember this for SBR. Revaluation will be applied to entire class of asset. Now, what does class of asset means? Please listen. If I say today I have 5 properties and all these properties I'm using for my business only. Now, IAS 16 says that if you're following revaluation, you should follow for all the 5 properties. You can't do cherry picking. You can't say for these 3 properties I will follow revaluation because the market value is very good. For these two, the fair value is less, so I will choose cost model. This is not allowed. So entire class of asset revaluation should be applied to entire class of asset. Now see here now, entire class of asset का meaning क्या है? Class of asset means asset of similar nature and use. The nature and the use should be similar. Now a question to everyone: office building, factory building, is the nature and the use same here for an office building, factory building?
No.
No,
No,
sir.
it is totally different. So you can say I have office building, I am following revaluation. I have factory building, I am following cost model. No issues there. But office building only you have 10 office building. Then for all the 10 office building, we have to either follow cost or either we have to follow office. So this is what an entity shall choose either cost model or revaluation. It is an accounting policy. Policy means some rules and regulation. It is a choice with the company. It's not mandatory. It's a choice whether the company follow cost, revaluation. No issues in this. So this I have written. Now there are two types of revaluation approach. The first one is what accumulated depreciation elimination method. The next one is restatement approach. This is not tested in FR SBR. Elimination method means what? We remove the depreciation, reduce the value of the asset, and we get the carrying amount. So this also we have done, and revaluation is done. Any doubts to anyone in case of revaluation? No doubts. Now only only one, 2 points are left out. We will do that and end the session. And I will give you 2 to 3 questions which you should solve, and we will discuss in the next class. So now coming to the next part. Let me discuss here now. What did I discuss with you, everyone? Now, your revaluation surplus will be in OCI, yes or no? From OCI, it will go to OC. Sir, once we sell an asset, sir, whatever is the balance in the OCE, under which, sir, revaluation surplus, what will you do? You will transfer to retain earnings. समझ में आया क्या सबको? Once I sell the asset, even though I sell the asset, some balance will be of revaluation surplus. By chance, in that case, what we do? If I sell the asset, whatever balance is there in revaluation surplus, that automatically will shift to retain earnings. Now, when you're shifting to retain earnings, is this reclassification or non-reclassification? This is not reclassification.
Non-reclassification.
You're taking to retain earnings. Sabko clear hai ye? Whatever I have written here? Yes, sir. So see here, now I have written this only. Transfer of revaluation surplus to retain earnings. What is the default, sir? Default is what? When PP is de-recognized or disposed of, when you remove the PP from your book, transfer the whole revaluation reserve to retain earnings. So what is the entry we record? Debit revaluation reserve, credit retain earnings. Clear? A very easy part. This only will come in SBR. The second one is for your understanding purpose. I have never seen in SBR kabhi aise question aaya. But understand the logic here. I will give a very good example with that story. This should be clear. I say cost of the asset is how much? Useful life is this. First year depreciation is 1000. Your carrying amount is how much? Can we please continue tomorrow? Others, last point. I mentioned FR. I have to do this. I can't continue on Saturdays, Sundays, and stretch. Then you'll not be able to give your exam in December. A simple thing. Let me discuss this 6 hours tomorrow. Okay?
नहीं सर, अभी कर लेते हैं.
So finish up this topic, sir.
I have to finish this, Baba. I will finish this tomorrow. Again, I will revise before starting. Okay?
Okay, sir.
I can't. I mentioned no.
सर
See.
नहीं, और फिर सर पूरा एक साल में खत्म होने से ना वो एक बार में इजी रहता है.
Okay, Sahan. No issues, bete. So see here now. What is the carrying amount? See why I am going. I want to complete in 3 hours. Normally in my FR class I do this for 9 hours, but मैं 9 hours नहीं लिख सकता हूँ SBR में. जो important points I am saying that, and with example only. I am not giving you extra question. Why I mentioned this is not tested. What is tested? Okay, bete, no issues. What is tested? I will do that in detail. So 9,000 is what here?
Carrying amount.
Carrying amount. I say the company is following revaluation model. The revaluation amount is 12,000. Where will you record this 3,000?
The revaluation surplus OCI.
OCI revaluation surplus. Now for the second year, year 2, what will be my depreciation?
So 12,000 divided by 9.
So कितना होगा ये? 1333. So the carrying amount will be how much, bete?
10,667.
10,667. Now you only see there is a difference or not. Difference है कि नहीं sir? Before revaluation, what was your depreciation?
1,000.
What was your depreciation before revaluation?
1,000.
1,000. Sir, after revaluation, what is the depreciation? अरे यार, what time?
Sir, 1,333.
After revaluation, 1. Can I say there is an increase of how much here? Depreciation is increasing by how much?
333.
333. Can I say this increase is because of what reason?
Revaluation.
Now you only think, assume that.
सर तो हम लोग इसको रिवैल्यूएशन से हटाते रहेंगे.
Revaluation. Think, assume now. Assume that PNL is a human being. PNL is what? A human being like you only. Now PNL will say what? If you have revaluation gain, you're taking to OCI. Yes or no? Because of this revaluation, excess depreciation is there. Yes or no? Excess depreciation है कि नहीं? Now can I say this is unfair or not for a PNL as a human being? If I'm a human being as a PNL, I say if you're getting gain, you're giving to OCI. Because of that gain, I am bearing extra expense. That is your OCI, excess depreciation. So because of this, now PNL will not be happy. PNL will be what, sad? So what will the OCI say? The OCI says that what we will do, whatever is the excess depreciation, whatever we have in revaluation surplus, we will transfer to you. What we will do? We will transfer to you. Now when they transfer, see, PNL will record depreciation of how much? 333. 1,003. But will the transfer happen to PNL or directly to retained earnings? The transfer will take place directly to retained earnings. You will not.
तो PNL में हम लोग तो 1,000 रिकॉर्ड करेंगे ना फिर?
नहीं, PNL में रिकॉर्ड कितना करेंगे? 1,333 रिकॉर्ड करेंगे. But can I say this will take a hit to your retained earnings? So what will the OCI say? Revaluation surplus will be transferred from revaluation surplus to retained earnings.
सर नहीं समझ में आ रहा है.
नहीं आया समझ में. I think I was fast. That is the reason. I am fast. That is okay. चलो now.
सर इतना समझ में आया कि बिकॉज ऑफ रिवैल्यूएशन हमारा PNL में इम्पैक्ट हो रहा है, विच इज
Yes.
और गेन का इम्पैक्ट हमारे OCI में हो रहा है.
Yes, understood. If in PNL, can I say what is the depreciation we record in PNL? 1,333 normally. Yes. Now this will take a hit to retained earnings. Yes or no? If your depreciation is more, retained earnings will come down. A basic common sense. Now PNL is sad. Then PNL will ask to OCI provide a solution for this. OCI will say one thing. OCI will say what? I will provide this excess depreciation to you, but I will not transfer to PNL. I will only transfer directly to retained earnings.
सर वो क्या नहीं ट्रांसफर करेगा सर? OCI के पास तो कुछ गया ही नहीं.
और OCI के पास नहीं गया क्या? रिवैल्यूएशन सरप्लस है ना OCI के पास.
हाँ.
वो 3,000 है ना. Out of this 3,333 will be given to retained earning so that retained earnings will become equal.
सर यही नहीं समझ में आ रहा था कि क्या चीज जाएगा.
अरे वो मैं आ रहा था ना. I was coming to that point. Understood everyone? to make happy to PNL. PNL is not happy ultimately, but PNL will say, okay, retained earnings have taken a hit. You are transferring from OCI to retained earnings, no issue. So what is transferred here? Question which you have mentioned. What is transferred? Excess depreciation amount is transferred. समझ में आया अभी? So see, this is option. It's an option which is available with the company. If mentioned in the question, follow it. Follow it. Clear है? So basically क्या है? I was fast. I normally take this 10 minutes to explain in FR, but अभी मैंने 2 मिनट में किया. But I hope everyone have understood this. So what is the basic logic? Basic logic is that whatever is the balance in OCI, how can we transfer? I mentioned revaluation surplus is not reclassified to P&L. So when you transfer, ultimately you should transfer to retained earnings only. So when you dispose of, we directly take. Or the other way is what, sir? Revaluation surplus may also be transferred to retained earnings during the asset. When it is used, that is what amount? Excess depreciation is transferred to retained earnings. Depreciation on revalued amount, depreciation on original cost, whatever is this, we will transfer. Should be followed when it is mentioned in the question. Clear, Jia, Yajas, Venkat, Kishore? Nirbhai?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Sir, in case if it is disposed, it won't be taken to P&L, sir.
Are no, Baba. See, this revaluation surplus will never be reclassified to P&L. That is the reason every time we adjust to retained earnings only. This will be never taken to P&L and then it will go to retained earnings. I mentioned reclassification means what? Non-reclassification means what? Even though you dispose of, directly it will take a hit to retained earnings. Even you transfer to excess depreciation, it will go to retained earnings only because it will not come to P&L. The standard has mentioned this. Now, इसका logic क्या है, what is the logic, etc. Do not go into that, only remember.
Okay, sir.
I have given the example to remember that it's a human being. They are facing a loss. But OCI will say what? We cannot transfer to PNL. I have a restriction. Yes or no? Can revaluation surplus go back to PNL? No. So revaluation will say what? Revaluation surplus will say I will give this to retained earnings directly. So with this, your major part of your IAS 16 is done. The last part, derecognition. Sir, what does derecognition means? I said today I have the carrying amount of the asset of 8,000. I am selling this for how much? 10,000. This 2,000 is what?
Loss.
Loss.
Sir, profit on sale.
Profit on sale. Can I say this is profit on sale of PP? Where will I record this profit? Operating category. So see here, I have written that only. PP should be derecognized. When will you derecognize a PP? When will you derecognize? Can I say we will derecognize when we dispose of? I am not using. Or when there is no future economic benefit. If there is no future economic benefit, remove from the books. Yes or no? Because recognition criteria says what? It should provide relevant and faithful representation. If it's not providing economic benefit, it is not providing relevant information, remove. So gain or loss on derecognition, that is net proceed, whatever amount you receive, minus carrying amount. Gain or loss should be transferred to P&L operating category. Any balance in OCI of revaluation surplus or reserve will be transferred to retained earnings when we dispose of. Either you follow method 2, if you follow option 2 also, sometimes balance will be there. That balance also will go to retained earnings. So please see the disclosure. What are the disclosure that we should give? Your disclosure are measurement basis, whether cost model revaluation, what is the useful life, what is the depreciation rate, method of depreciation. Then, like your passbook, we prepare a reconciliation statement. Reconciliation statement will show what is the opening value of the machine, any addition during the year, any derecognition during the year. These all are the things which we show here. So basic understanding, whatever we have learned, that should be disclosed in detail. Simple thing. So with this, your revision of your IAS 16 is done. So what will I do? I will give you some questions So please do try it, so that if you have any doubts on my YouTube channel IAS 16, this revision video is uploaded for 40 minutes. You can watch that for further clarification, etc. for revision purpose. Revision करना है तो. I'm giving a question regarding revaluation. अरे यार SBR है ना. Question number 6 tried, and let me give one more question. These are the two questions which you have to try for understanding. So I hope with this there is no such doubt. So what is important here? Revaluation model. What is the difference in cost revaluation? Then your depreciation method. Depreciation will start when, depreciation will stop when, and your transfer case. Only 5 to 6 points are important. So please revise regularly and do the questions which I've done, or whatever examples we have done, refer that only. It's enough. No need to do a lot of questions, etc. XYZ. Simple. So with this is completed. We have completed conceptual framework IAS 16. So tomorrow what will I do? Tomorrow first we will solve these two questions. I will start with IFRS 13, your SBR part, जो कल important रहेगा standard. So Saturday, Sundays the aim will be to do the important topics, and the other days it will be to do the FR revision. Clear to everyone?
सर एक रिक्वेस्ट भी है.
हाँ बेटे.
सर सैटरडे को ऑफिस होता है, वैसे कुछ काम नहीं करना होता है, लेकिन अटेंडेंस मारने जाना होता है.
ओके.
और सर ऑफिस ना ऐसे एग्जैक्टली 9 बजे अपने लोग का क्लास होता है. ऑफिस 9 से 9:30 के बीच में खुलता है. तो सर मैंने मेरे टीएल से बात कर लिया, उसने बोला कि हाँ ठीक है तुम आके पढ़ लेना.
ओके ओके, वी हैव टू
तो
दिस.
सर हम लोग थोड़ा 9:15 तक क्लास चालू कर सकते हैं.
या वी विल
तब तक क्या है,
डिस्कस.
बैठने का जगह मिल जाएगा, मतलब पियोन ऑफिस खोल देगा, ये श्योरिटी रहेगा.
ओके, वी विल डिस्कस दिस वंस. कल डिस्कस करेंगे. अभी कल है क्या ऑफिस?
हाँ सर कल सैटरडे है.
ओके ओके ओके. चलो चलो देन. अदर्स, इज इट ओके इफ वी टेक 9:32?
Yeah, okay, sir.
ओके निर्भय. हाँ सर, नींद मार लेंगे सुबह सुबह. अदर्स.
Actually, Saturday, Sunday off है.
हाँ, निर्भय को तो ही ऑफ है.
सर
और
कुछ
अदर्स.
करना नहीं होता है, अटेंडेंस मारना होता है, और बाकी हम लोग बैठ के अड्डा मारते थे.
हाँ
तो
हाँ.
मैं अड्डा नहीं मारूंगी, मैं पढ़ाई कर लूंगी.
ओके ओके, देखते हैं. जैसे बोला, डिपेंड्स. सी, एज ऑफ नाउ स्टूडेंट्स आर लेस, बट अभी मालूम नहीं. इन द ग्रुप 40 to 50 members आर देयर. आई हैव नो आइडिया हाउ मेनी विल एनरोल एक्सेट्रा. वंस द बैच इज कंफर्म, उसके बाद में अपन करेंगे.
सर नहीं, मैं तो करूंगी आपके संगी. मैं
हाँ
इधर
नहीं.
उधर टाइम पास नहीं है. और सर
हाँ
मेरे को थोड़ा अपने पढ़ाई को कैसे काम के संग मैनेज करना है, उसके लिए भी थोड़ा पर्सनल लेवल पर एडवाइस चाहिए. सर तो कब उसके लिए कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं?
अपन
Same for me, sir.
संडे आफ्टर द क्लास, संडे वी कैन डिस्कस.
ओके सर.
सैटरडे नहीं, कल पूरा दिन बिजी हूँ मैं. फुल डे क्लासेस आ रहा है. सो वी विल discuss on Sunday. This, see, when coming to SBR, understand the syllabus is too vast. बहुत कुछ है, और इन डिटेल भी अपन सीख सकते हैं. टू लर्न वी कैन गो इन डिटेल, बट एग्जाम फोकस होना चाहिए. वी विल फोकस मोर ऑन एग्जाम. आई विल टीच यू इन डिटेल ऑल्सो, बट आई विल बी इन दैट क्विक. टू गिव यू नॉलेज आई विल बी लिटिल बिट क्विक, एंड देन आई विल से फ्रॉम एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू क्या करना चाहिए, एग्जाम में क्या क्वेश्चन आएगा, व्हाट विल हैपन इफ दिस क्वेश्चन कम्स, व्हाट यू शुड राइट, एक्सेट्रा. And to pass your exam SBR, I say, if you remember 300 to 400 sentences, एग्जाम हो जाएगा. 300 sentences पढ़ना है आपको बस. वो पढ़ना मीन्स रटा नहीं मारना. You should know the basic and where you should apply. You should know the application of that. अगर आप रट्टा मार लोगे 300 सेंटेंस, पास नहीं होगा. You should know the application of that and how to write answer. And I mentioned in SBR, how should you write answer? First, write down the standard, accounting standard, whatever is the IAS or IFRS saying you. Then link to the case and give your conclusion. Bus hai. And I will say for each part, how should you link, what should you do, etc. Okay. With this, can we end the session now? Then bye bye. Have a good day. Signing off. Radhe Radhe to everyone. Let us meet tomorrow morning.